Ah, yes, yes. Welcome, welcome everybody to another session, another stream, another live stream, podcast, whatever you want to call it, here on the Chaos Rain Show. As you know, I am Chaos Rain here. And today's stream, as you know, you see the little thumbnail, the funny emojis, the title. This should be interesting. And before I begin today's stream, I would like to direct everybody to my social media links to follow me. The follow Chaos Rain Show. Follow me on Twitter at Chaos Rain 7. Also, add me as a friend on Facebook, Eric Rain on Facebook. And also join me, or I like to better say, follow me on Rumble. Yes, Chaos Rain has Rumble now. Yes, indeed. And one thing I will do y'all even better. Where is my Rumble? Let me find it. Let me find y'all so I can make it easier for y'all. You feel me? I have all of my links linked together. Where is Rumble? Where the hell is my Rumble? One moment, please, as I try to find my Rumble. You know what I'm gonna do? Scroll down. And I'm scrolling up now to find my links for Rumble. Put it down somewhere. I hope I could find it. No, I do not see it. So this is what I have to do again. God damn it. It looks to me I have to go pull it up right now. So let me go and find my channel. God, I hate doing this, guys, but you know how it is. It's such hard work to keep up with the content. And so much things I have to go and search and dig to find my own little social media links. And it gets annoying, but what can I say? Is this the one? Okay, I found it. Here's my Rumble link. Oh, wait, I ain't copied the whole thing. Sorry, let me do that now. All right, this is my Rumble. Copy. Follow me on Rumble. I paste it here. That's the Rumble link, as you can see. As you can see. My apologies. Also, join my Discord service, Chaos Rain on Discord. That's the about section on the back of this YouTube channel, and also we put in the description of this channel as well. So those are the few social media links to follow me. Am I missing anything here? Matter of fact, make sure everything's going good on my other end. And one other thing, if y'all be so kind to also go back to all other videos and leave a comment. Besides the likes are good. They help know that people know I'm alive and well on YouTube, but also things that also will let people know presence if you do watch the video, whether it's entirely or halfway, to let everybody know what's your thoughts and opinions on, a few of these live streams. As you know, I've been covering a lot of things. I did more uploads the following week, and I did some live streams here and there. And I'll probably bounce around between live and uploads. I'm still finding a little niche here and there, what will suit well. Okay. Okay, that's working. All right, so let me pull it up. Wait, why is this thing freezing now? Okay, there we go. And I don't know why my internet's slow on this computer. I probably had to delete some things, make it run a little faster, but Okay, and let me acknowledge who's in the chat room. And please share the stream. As you see, I see MJ here. I see the Empress Goddess Spirits within. and the one and only JT Coirings. So I see everybody in the building. Good. All right. So, no further ado. And then remove this. Today's stream is Melanie King finished? And that is something of a very deep question.
We've helped millions of creators.
That's a very much underlined, but nonetheless a question that should be asked. Now, I've came across Miss King last year or the year before last year when she started to pick up some attention during the rise of the one and only Kevin Samuels. And at that time, she called into Kevin's show. And at that time, she was voicing and expressing her trouble she experiencing because she is now a divorcee. And Kevin gave her some harsh reality and some serious advice that really helped her in her so-called journey now being a divorcee. And one of the things that people did not knew about her, that she already been doing YouTube for some time now. I think she's been doing content now for over a decade at best. And a lot of us don't know the history of a lot of content creators on YouTube, if you notice. And before I begin, let me find the video because I'm going to play this video. Where is it? Where is Melody? All right, I'm trying to find it. All right. I'm not ready to play yet, so. All right. And it's funny. I don't know why my StreamYard is active, but anyway, as you know, that's the background from what I can recall from her. She had like a very famous children's YouTube channel with her daughters in regards expressing the wonders of Black girl magic, in a way, again, high self-esteem of how the struggles of Black girls go through, how they go through their daily lives, and how to inspire. And one thing her mother does is she inspires her own children in the form of dolls, like puppets, puppeteers and stuff. And that was mostly the basis of our channel. And this is what I can remember from seeing very few highlights. And the reason why I say this is because we had to go and deal a little background for the premise of today's stream. I'm trying to, give you a little content from my own perspective, mind you. And I want to say all these up front now before I go in on this video and give my own take on it. And yes, I did one time appear on one of her shows back when she started doing this stupid dating show, which really, to be honest, it doesn't really fit a lot of people, in my opinion. But nonetheless, you got to have a lane. But before she started doing live streams, she was doing uploads, doing reactions of modern women, especially modern Black women on the whole. What's good, Faith? Should I have some people up here to, go in on it? Faith, would you like the link to come up and help me dissect what this nonsense, if you so kindly? I'll put the link. But really, truly, that's the context of the background. One thing I will say this, and this is going to be very important, and I got to say this now during the first 15 minutes of this live stream, because I'm going to forget. Every person that does social media, whether it's Twitter, IG, TikTok, and including YouTube, we are all, as much times people don't want to hear this, but I got to keep it real with y'all. We are all public figures. Now, regardless, we go by our actual names on social media, or, we show our face on social media, even to the point we show our face on YouTube. Nonetheless, we are all public figures. Okay, I see. All right. Well, I'm gonna open up still for everybody else that want to come in. Thank you, Faith. And I've been hearing and I've been paying attention to detail how people, men, women, or anybody will say out their minds that it's kind of tacky, it's problematic, that people are still, even for the last couple years on social media and YouTube, that people are doxing people, people are giving people's actual name, what they really are, or even go as far as revealing that they are grifters or chameleons. At the end of the day, we are no exception of being not only judged but criticized on public platforms like YouTube. See, the problem with I want people to understand, and this applies to all race people. Once you make the commitment to do this part-time, full-time, or make a living off this, be expecting, be anticipating for the smoke, the exposure, and all that will come down your way. And much as I don't want to say this, I have to keep it real with y'all. This is why people are not gonna like when if they ask me an honest opinion of how they wait, or matter of fact, I'll go back. What's the best route to go about trying to make money off of this and put out content, make money off this, and may make a coin without any pushback or without revealing myself? I tell people many times, and I'm going to repeat this, and I'm going to repeat this. There is no safe or any way in God's green earth. I don't care if you got the right VPN, you got any form of proper ways to shield yourself, which some people have with the right money. There's no way hell you're going to escape this if you're going to do this part-time, full-time, put out content for the public to consume. Now I want that to sink in a little bit. I want y'all to really meditate on that. A lot of content creators, particularly non-black content creators, have been exposed for racism and exposed to be grifters and creating and making fake, and I'm gonna say fake loosely, but we're gonna keep real, making making and creating courses for people to spend money on while they have nothing to show for in their own lives of real success. And I remember I was in a seminar one time a few years back, almost going on 5 years. I think it's 5 years now. Where was time to learn how to do marketing in regards to affiliate form of type of marketing, clickbait marketing, which I went and spent with my own money a couple years back to learn how to make money offline. Right? Now, I couldn't go through with it because certain paperwork didn't really worked out. And really, at the time, the money I spent to learn the secrets or a little here and there for the weekend, to me, was well worth it. In my opinion, very well worth it. I learned a lot, and I wrote down some notes, and I kept some somewhere around this room here. But the point is this: I had to make that investment to learn certain game, to how to do certain things, if I was going to take it full time or seriously. And I see you. What's good, Rain Woman? How you doing, Rain Woman? You're right, Chaos Rain. About once you start doing content on YouTube as a form of income, and I'm glad you said that, Rain Woman. I'm gonna keep your comment right there. Even that we had to go in detail, and I want y'all to, and the people that's gonna watch this and get to this point, I want you to hear me out. This is the part that's going to get boring for the next few minutes, but it's necessary because I don't want my words to be played, or much as I want y'all to learn something from this. That there is no really guarantees of anything you do in life. Even doing this, there's no guarantee you're gonna really make a lot of money. There are some people that are making bank doing this, but majority of us that decide to do social media or do content, regardless you pay someone how to do it right or even pay the right tools, at the end of the day, there is no guarantee that you're going to be making a lot of money out here. Do not be fooled by any content creator selling you a course or teach you game that you can make thousands on $1,000. No, you will not. The way how social media is structured now and how people are now stretching just to make a side hustle, that money, those ad revenues are going to be thinning out very soon. Case in point, Facebook, IG are going to slowly no longer going to pay people for their reels. Now, I thought that was some little rumor going on, but when I looked into it, it is somewhat true. And I always think, why is that? Because they're not making money like they used to, because a lot of people are not giving their time and attention through these social medias for them to put their so-called necessary ad revenue for people to see what you're putting out. So if there are facing that on the social media side of things and giving people potentially some form of money or income with every almost million a million views or a million reels, which your video gets 1,000 to 1,000,000 views, clickbaits, all that stuff, you were guaranteed something. But now, because everybody's doing it now, and as the competition is very stiff, they got to push back. One more example, and I'm gonna say one other thing, and then we're gonna start this the reaction. YouTube's gonna be the same as well. How I know? Because one time they do advertisements on social media to help people build their channels, which I always advise people be cautious when you're paying anything that's less than, let's say, $5, $10 to get to pay for subscribers or even pay for views. Personally, I would tell people don't do that now. Trust me, I have looked into that. I threw some coins in that, and I'm gonna tell you firsthand from experience, it's a good look for the hype, but overall, you're faking it to make it. And not only faking making it, they're using special bots now to really clone how good some people's channels are. I'm just telling you firsthand experience. My good friend Mr. Thompson told me a few years ago, or even recently, a few months ago, that I should go the route buying subs and likes and views and stuff. And I'm thinking, why I want to invest my little small money just to look and have an impression that I got some. But behind closed doors, when you look at the overall performance of this channel or any performance of any channel, it's showing subpar. Femme Sapient, the pearly chick. Who else? Whoever, and I'm using female content creators. I can't speak for the males because the males, I don't watch all males or these female content creators. I'm telling you out my mouth, but I'm using them as an example to let you know that whatever they had that was working worked during the moment when another bigger content creator, I think his name was Kevin Samuels, was talking about the red pill stuff, female nature, high value, all this stuff. Once he is no longer here, and we're almost approaching almost a year since he's been gone, all your known grifter content creators have been pushing this nonsense have now slowly tanked in actual eyeballs. So now the question should be asked now, and then there's videos circling now, that is Subcount really matter the name of the game right now in this year? Because last year and years ago it did matter, but now because people are getting the game, putting out the same content and probably putting out better content, you're not seeing the same numbers of the same results for people that have 100K or more subscribers. Most of these people that I mentioned, they're not even cracking in close to the same or closely a half a quarter of their sub counts. If you have a 200K, hell, if you have 1,000,000 subscribers and you're not even racking in 75 views, 7K, you're not racking in 75,000 views or more on every video or even live stream. And live stream is really testing of where your audience really stands. And I know people say live streams don't really amount to much because it doesn't really get you nowhere if you do live streaming. I disagree. Here's why. Because if you notice, the more subs you have, the more you have more people that's really paying attention and watching your channel, the higher the rate of the views. Just by people that subscribe to your channel alone and you go live on any subject, they're going to watch it. Remember, there are people that have channels that's not even above 50K subscribers, and they are racking in the thousands of views on pure live streams, certain live streams that they go live, while everybody else is barely cracking 100, 200, 300 maybe. And normally if you're under 50K and you're able to get 200 or 400 people watch it on a live stream, you're doing okay. But really the goal, and I'm going to set parameters of the goals people should be reaching, just for, and I set them for myself, but really we're going to deal with overall, since we're going to have this conversation. For every, I would say for every 1,000, or we could say but every 5,000, 10,000, or even every 1,000 you get of subscribers, your ratio of engagement rate, if you're going live, should be roughly maybe 10%, 5 to 10%. Now I think that's like maybe or 100 or more people watching it, maybe 150 maybe. I'm just guessing. I can't do the math right now for you, but I'm just going to throw numbers. But let's say if you're Mr. Let Go, you're live. But every time you go live, and he does go live, people, keep in mind, and this guy almost had 300K subscribers. Why is your engagement rate not even close to 1,000 people right there in the chat room watching for every subject matter? I wonder. I just wonder. But it lets you know these people are letting you are really making money on social media. Don't get me wrong, he makes money. But really, money really is when you're able to sell a course. Say you're going to teach people how to make money on social media. But for a person that has that big sub count, you should rack it in the thousands. And usually for every 100K subscribers, you should be pushing and getting like at least 15 or 20K views every video off the bat. And that should be accomplished within no greater than close to a week. But when I look at a lot of these channels and I look at the view counts and every video they do and they put content, most of those videos on average don't hit for every 100K or more sub counts. They're actually underperforming. If I want to keep real with y'all. So, I just want people to really put this in thought, that don't be fooled by the sub counts now moving forward, because it's showing otherwise of people's performance. Now, one other thing I'm going to say, and we're going to begin. One other thing I'm going to say before we begin. In regards to family members, and I'm going to go there. I have to go here. In regards to your close friends, family members, or friends, if you're going to be doing social media and you're going to act like a different character from your actual personal life and real life, be warned. Be warned that even your family members, not close friends you should be concerned about, but your family members could sit there and out you and expose you to other people throughout social media to let you know that you are not what you say you are. And the reason why that is because there's like greed, there's envy, there's jealousy within family members. Besides the friends that you should be concerned, but you also concern who's close to you family-wise. To find that the one they call Miss King, Melanie, to get exposed by her own blood, it's a very much of an insult and a slap in the goddamn face. Personally. But it lets you know, and it's very telling, that you cannot live a double life from what you do off social media and in the real world, and not be able to create any form of enemies or disdainful hate or envy or jealousy within your own circle. So keep in mind. Now, a lot of people say, well, can I hide this from some people? Say, I don't do this a full time and no one should know. To be honest with y'all, I'm going to keep repeating this. There's no sure way you as a person, if you're doing this part-time, full-time, that no one in your family members, your friends will know what you're doing. I'm sorry. And much like people think I could tell y'all, you could, there's ways to hide it. You cannot. And as the world gets more digitized, and we even now in the stage of the metaverse, it's going to be very hard for you to operate in a very much digital world than how you move and operate in the physical world. I will not tell you anything that not only if I experience myself, but I'll tell you that everyone is not exempt from this. Every day you decide turn that camera on and hit that live button, or even be on the avatar and turn that mic on. You always put everything what you do personal, or you hide. Always is always be looked at, frowned upon, always being watchful, and possibly at risk. Every day, when you decide to make the decision to put your content out here, and you gotta live with it. One thing I do respect about Kevin when he was alive, and I got reference because he takes what he does as profession, that he is an image consultant, and he always talking about your image matters. And there are ways for you could engage in PR to maybe mitigate damage control, but there's no real, and I'll be honest with you, there's no real answer or even surefire bet that you're gonna be exempt from damage control either. The only thing you got to keep in mind is if someone's going to put you out there and expose you, whether good or bad, and I mean good or bad, you're just going to have to keep on pushing. That's it. And you better hope to God that no other person that subscribed to or is willing to subscribe to is going to really know the real truth. And if they do know the truth, just keep real with them. Say, yeah, it is what it is. And if they stay and want to still deal with your content, that's good. If not, deuces. You see, one thing I've learned, and there's a struggle doing this on YouTube, that doing content personally, you're always, you're always going to be on those eggshells, right? Marching on eggshells. Even to the point where days that, you think you have the good days and you're going to have bad days doing content. You're going to sometimes get subscribers and sometimes you're going to lose some subscribers. You got to keep in mind, as long as you're on here on the social media / YouTube world, be in mind that you're here to either make money, put content, or do whatever. You do whatever's necessary to keep what you're doing relevant for your own audience base and create new audience, because YouTube is known to always put your content in front of new viewers in a rate at 30%. So that's all that I'm laying out for y'all to get that out the way. I'm looking at this now. Yeah. All right. So now, let me pull out the banners here. No further ado, let the show now begin. And we'll start fair use, like always. All right, guys, let us begin.
All right, Melanie King has joined the show.
Hello.
Let's go ahead and properly set the stage. Before we get going, I've got 2 simple questions for you, and let's see if we can get 2 simple answers. Are you ready?
Now, are we going to have a conversation, or are you just going to throw out accusations? Or
Now, mind you, there should be a lesson to be learned. Now, personally, in my opinion, when things happen to you like this, you only have 2 options, right? You entertain it or you leave it alone, like everything else. And I think where a lot of our people, we get too much emotional and we like to just jump into the fire and say, oh God, they're actually exposed me. They got my information. What should I do? I should sit there and counteract? No. Anyway, let's keep going. Fair use. Fair use.
Do you want to have a real conversation, like two adults, and get to any questions that you have?
Well, I'll repeat myself since you need
Because on the
clarification.
last one, you wouldn't answer and then you hopped off.
Now I'm going to mute you because you're talking out of turn. I literally just told you what's about to happen. You don't understand, so I'm not going to repeat myself. I'm going to ask you two simple questions, and I hope to get two simple answers. And after these two simple questions and two simple answers are out of the way, we can discuss whatever you like. Do you agree to those terms?
Am I unmuted?
Mhm.
Okay. Yeah. Let me hear what your questions are.
Okay, first question. Why are you here right now?
You lied and said in your stream that I was Melanie King joins Mike TV. That was a lie, so I decided to join so you wouldn't be a liar.
So we didn't have a conversation earlier on Duke's show?
I did not join your channel. I joined his
Did
channel.
did
So your
my
title is a lie.
does my channel say that Melanie King joined Mike TV's channel, or does it say
That's what
you
it
joined
says.
Mike TV?
Melanie King joins.
Now, I'm not sure what this has to do with anything. When he asked a simple question, why are you here? And you ladies, you gotta stop doing this. I mean, I think when they watch us interact with each other, whether offline or online, they could clearly understand that we don't like to have conversations constructive with each other, either respectfully or unrespectfully. We just want to sit there, deflect most of the time when we ask each other questions overall. And usually, most women nowadays, when you ask them some question, they're going to constantly, they're going to deflect regardless. I don't know why they do this, but I guess they do it so that they could divert from really actually answering simple questions. Fair use, fair use.
Mike TV. When did I join you? You joined his stream.
You joined me in a conversation on a
You
different
know,
channel.
that title.
So if you really want to get caught up in semantics, if you're really up here saying that the answer to my question as to why you're here is because you think I lied about my title, so you're here so that my title isn't a lie, is that what you're trying to say?
Yes.
That makes no sense, but I'll just get to my second question.
Okay.
Are you suing me?
Who said that?
I'm asking you a yes or no question. Are you suing me?
Am I currently suing you? No.
Do you have any
So
plans in the future
those are
to
your
sue
two.
me?
Those are two
but you just never know. And gotta make sure everything's refresh. All right, good. Everything's up and running. Once the file's finished transfer here, I'm going to move it over and try it on this device. All right, so let's continue on with this. All right, as I pull up the video again. All right. All right. Let's plugging this back in. And I'm going to probably do this. I'm going to, should I? Just gotta wait till it loads back up. One other thing, for those that is not familiar, that the Rumble that I have that I created, I will probably put some live stream uploads over there, just to give it some content. But overall, that's probably the direction I will probably will use Rumble. I'm trying to get it to like 25 followers, so that way I could go live. Wait, hold on. Why's my mouse not working? Oh. All right. Okay. So I'm going to be bouncing back around. So don't mind me, guys. All right, good. All right, let me leave the studio. All right. So let's continue on with the video. I'm probably going to fast forward.
What are you talking
guys,
about?
her sister was on my show last night. Go ahead and check out the footage.
Morning.
So that my title isn't a lie? Is that what you're trying to say? So that my title say that Melanie King joined Mike TV's channel, or does
That's
it say
what
you
it
joined
says.
Mike TV?
Melanie King joins Mike TV. When did I join you? You joined his stream.
You joined me in a conversation on a different channel. So if you really want to get caught up in semantics, if you're really up here saying that the answer to my question as to why you're here is because you think I lied about my title, so you're here. So
all right, as you know, as it gets the background check. Oh yeah, and guys, make sure y'all like the stream. Because I'm probably using other computer to follow up. Make sure, copy this. All right, let's continue.
Currently suing you? No.
Do you have any plans in the future?
No, those are your
two
questions. You said those were 2 questions. So those are 2 questions.
And you just try to pussyfoot around it. First you said, who said that? And then you said, well, am I currently suing you? No. So now we got to lock you down. Do you plan to sue me? Yes or no?
We're not discussing that right now.
We're discussing it right now. We're on my show, and I want to know if you plan to sue me. Why are you running from the question?
I'm not running from anything. I'd answered the question the way I want to answer it. That's it.
No, you're going to answer it the way that Mike wants you to answer it, or you can go back to streaming on somebody else's channel in your hotel room. You don't got to be here right now.
But my name is in your mouth every other day
And
because you
obviously
need my name to get a view.
your name being in my mouth makes you feel some type of way because now you're here to talk to Mike.
No, actually, I had no idea you existed on the
But
planet
you're
Earth
here to talk to
until I
me
got a
because I make you
call.
feel
I
some
got a
type of way, right?
call from two people this morning,
You
and
got a
I was
call?
like, "Who? What? What are you talking about?" I was this and that. My sister. And I was just like, "What happened? What are you
Yes,
talking
guys, your
about?"
sister was on my show last night. Go ahead and
And to let y'all know, like I said before about family members, friends, family, foe, whatever you want to call it, and that always, if there's some form of jealousy, envy, they will out you. They will put your business out there. They'll put everything, even down to your social security, to others. And like many things, this should be a lesson should be learned from a lot of us. Now, could many of our friends and family members really turn on us? You just don't know because everybody has some intentions. And I mean everybody. Anyway, let's continue. Oh, and one other thing. Like always, one of the first things that every person needs to stop doing, you need to stop reacting when someone is able to find some actual intel on yourself. You know, that's one thing some people could do differently is know that if someone has some real serious information on you, you do not do nothing personally. No matter how big your follow is, you try to keep yourself silent as possible. Now, in regards to the suing thing, I'm not too big on people suing other people for whatever conduct. The only time suing should really come into place is some has to be severely where you're really, and I mean really, really, really got damage, physical damage, or really extreme loss of wages. That you know if you go for it or suing somebody, that you have the capability of knowing that you are going to probably come on top. And personally, because this is all this is all public record. Sorry, hold on, let me drink this. Oh, my speech. This is all public record. It's kind of hard for you to present that. I remember, matter of fact, I'll leave that alone. Let's keep going. Fair use, fair use.
check out the footage.
And so then I was just like, "Who is this dude?" Then I go through. I'm just like, Jesus Christ, this dude got my name in his mouth every 2 seconds. I mean,
And
full
here
like
you
live
are
streams.
over here, real pressed about it, Melanie. Why are you so mad that I got your name in my mouth? Is it because not just the fact that I have your name in my mouth, but is it really the fact that I've got documents that I revealed to the public that you
What
didn't want people
document?
to be privy
What's that
to?
document? What's that document?
Oh, Melanie, don't act like you don't know what this is. Don't act like you don't know what these 37 pages are, Melanie. Exhibit A, your YouTube channel that your ex-husband said that you stole from your children. What?
Mike, can I ask you a question?
Okay.
Have you ever been
Okay.
married?
Let's go ahead
Have
and
you ever
do
been
some
married?
reading here. Let's go
Have
ahead
you
and do a little bit of reading. This bitch is asking me my marital status. I don't want you, Grant. You.
That's crazy. Yeah, that was fucked up. I ain't gonna lie. Anyway, fair use, fair use.
It says right here, I'm also advised that you appropriated
All right, I'm good. All right, let's keep going. Fair use, fair use. Make sure my thing is working. All right, guys.
own personal adult content on the channels. I'm advised that you have changed the status of these channels from public to private. Wow. The subscriber base, consisting of 262,000 children, remains the same, allowing you to make it appear that your adult content has generated a large amount of subscriptions and allowing you to generate a large amount of personal income from these channels to the detriment of the corporation. Damn. Damn. They also got screenshots where your current adult content is on and associated with these channels. Your use of offensive language such as suck a dick and shut up and I'm a loyal slut associated with these channels is not age appropriate and causes extreme confusion in the subscription base. You also posted a video of yourself to the Naya and Ellie TikTok page in which you asked the children's subscribers, "Does my makeup look slutty?" God damn, if that ain't some predatory behavior, you got bullshit, red pill, manosphere talking points that you're projecting out to little children between the ages of 4 and 10, and you don't want to talk about this. You want to talk about whether I've been married before. Jesus Christ. I'm going to take you off mute and let's hear you explain this away.
You mute me every time you don't like what I say.
Now, one thing, there are rules that YouTube does uphold and does be so-called strict on their so-called guidelines, and I think the guidelines are very picky to who's using their website / platform to enforce the guidelines, because they don't enforce this on a lot of people. They pick a certain group of people, which that's gonna sound effed up, but I don't care what it says it is. That if you are using an existing channel and you are rebranding it, but you forgot that how the channel, how it grew, and you take an existing channel that's grown from a certain audience and you turn it into more of a, what we call it, a freaknik, in a bad way. And it really was supposed to be for young children, because remember, back 2 years ago, or was it 3 years ago? I can't remember when it was. When they start implement what they call the COPA system on YouTube. And people that's not familiar with COPA, is really designed to protect children from inappropriate content. All of us content creators fall under the COPA now, because we do content for the public, which now people that's under the age of 13 do watch, right? And I see our comments. I'm gonna read in a second, guys. If you build a channel from the start and it's more focused on grabbing subscribers, and you don't care who the subscribers are, especially if you're starting off as a children's channel, and then divert to adult channel, that is misleading, and that is a form of serious propaganda and can be dangerous. Here's why. Because majority or a good portion of users nowadays that do subscribe to these channels is not the parents subscribing these channels for their own sons, daughters to watch. It is usually kids that are very much tech savvy, because remember, these are digital kids. They know how to subscribe, they know how to like, dislike, and follow the channels they want to watch. If they came across a channel like Miss Melanie King, from what it's showing, right, that was once a child or kid channel, now turning into adult channel, they do see that in their notifications. They do see that. They really do see that. So really, your behavior is actually enticing young, impressionable minds to engage in degenerate behavior, because they don't know that they were subscribed to an adult content, which to me is very dangerous. And I'm gonna tell to all you parents, most of you single mothers, on the average, I'm just gonna keep it real with y'all. You have to be more diligent and pay attention to what your children watching now. God knows, Disney, Hulu, or all these other weirdo stations, right? They are putting out content that is really not really appropriate for any child that doesn't have the mindset to understand what they're watching. I'm not even going to detail what they put on TV, because I don't watch TV, but let's say I'll give you a snippet. They put things that is really indecent, lack of better words. So I'm going to leave it as that. So, in other words, what she did is very dangerous. And to find out that's what she did and was making money off her own daughter's channel like that, because they're going through court documents, is very telling. Very telling. All right, so let's look at the comment section. I see Super Mike 2164 says he looks stupid. Let me see. He looks stupid. Okay. By him ignoring our questions, he looks like a weirdo. Okay. Who cares but weirdos? Okay. He comes. All right. All right. So let us continue on. Oh wow. Today's somebody's birthday. Fair use. Fair use.
Say. So,
Go ahead, explain.
so let me speak. Thank you. So what you're seeing right here, guess what? You go to those channels now, they still exist. So like a reaching, like this is none of your business, first of all. So that's why
Then why
you
are
don't
you
know
here
the
to
facts of the
defend it?
case.
If it's none of my business, then why are you here to defend it right now?
You made it my business when you decided to put my children's name in your mouth.
And how did I put your children's name in my mouth? Are you
Because
talking
you're
about when
reading
I
my
read these documents?
You
Because
gonna
I
let
read
me
your public
answer it, or are
documents?
you gonna overtalk
I'm gonna
me?
say whatever the hell I want to say on my channel. You ain't over on Duke
Right,
the
because
Don
you just
show. You over here
I
on Mike
know,
TV.
I know.
You obviously don't know.
You don't want a conversation. You want to be right.
Nah, I'm
Because
just not
you've
gonna let
gassed
you do the gaslighting, guys. I'm just not gonna let her do the gaslighting.
To be fair, honest, a lot of people today, they say they care about children. They don't really give a crap about their children. This is a side note. Let's keep it real, y'all. So if we do a move are always for the best interest for our own seeds, personally. I'm just keep real with y'all. And not only that, you should be more concerned about the family members that are sitting there exposing this, because there's no way how other content creators should be getting these information. And regardless if they really are going to really intentionally reveal that, that's optional. But like I said, as we are public figures and we have things that we try to hide and try to do content unload, it will not fly. I tell you many times, doing content today is a choice now. And anything we do, we put ourselves at really greater risk. Regardless, we are behind avatars or we even shield our names or any given information. You put yourself as a public figure. And we're going to be put under the microscope for scrutiny. Is the only biggest question is, how do you deal with the scrutiny? How do you deal with the haters? How do you deal with people that will know some things that you try to keep very knit tucked from the society? That should be the biggest question moving forward. If you're going to do this as any content creator, just keep it real. All right, fair use, fair use.
This woman just made a very interesting claim. She made a claim that, or at least she's trying to throw the wool over our eyes and say, well, my children's channels are still up right now, Mike. How did I change my children's channels if my children's channels are still up, Mike? This is how, because you were ordered to, you stupid bitch. Let's go to what they said you had to do here. Let's go to what you were required to do when you guys settled outside of court. Within 5 business days of appointing the custodian, they're going to pay you and Chris each approximately $83,338. Yep, they're also going to put $50,000 in a trust account for your children. Yep. But let's see what you were required to do when it comes to the channels and the accounts. Melanie will provide the custodian login and credentials so as to permit the custodian to fully control the following listed YouTube channels and social media accounts. So when you try to make the claim, oh, but if you go look up my girls' accounts, they're still there. The court told your ass to give up the passwords. They told you to put the control of the account with the custodian. That's why the channels are still up. But apparently you thought that I didn't have that paperwork also.
Am I able to answer now?
Yeah.
First of all,
I'll
the
give you
court
permission
didn't
to
order
speak.
the court didn't order anything.
No, it was a settlement. You guys chose to come together and this is what you settled on, right or wrong?
Yes.
Yes, what? Yes, it's right, or yes, it's wrong?
I'm answering your question. I said, you say, was that right? And I said, yes.
Okay, so when
And
you say the
so-
court didn't order this, you
So
guys
let
came
me
together and
tell you what
settled on
happened.
this. Same
Do
shit.
you want to hear what happened or you don't?
I really don't
No,
give a
it's
damn.
not.
You're the one coming up here to
So,
disrupt my
what
stream. But go ahead and talk a little bit.
About my personal life? Okay. Oh, Jesus. All right. So y'all are so invested in my personal life. So I don't know. The reason why I asked you about your divorce.
You know, it's funny. A lot of people in the public are not really invested in her life, your own family members kind of put their business and told your business. And it goes to show that your friends are close, family members are closer, and if you have any issues, especially when it comes to the money, because let's be honest, the reason why her business is put out here as it is because it was always done because of money. You think that your sister, I'm not sure who's older, you or your sister, would be out of the way to sit there expose you the way it is, all your personal name and business like that, unless you're not paying them. And it lets you know that if you're doing things and you're making money and making a lot of money, you're not going to hide that. Let's keep real. Because, like I said, you're a public figure, and someone in your family will know. And they're going to be jealous, they're going to be envious, and they're going to do things to try to draw you out. And I think this is another way of how to draw you out, personally. And yes, I think I asked her this question years ago. She was divorced. What the racial background of your husband is, and she said she didn't want to disclose that. But it's evident that she was married to a black man, which is cool to a degree. But what I know. Anyway, fair use.
Divorce, because I'm not trying to get into your personal business. I'm asking you this because I don't know if you know how these things work. So in a divorce, because you were so talking about all of the accusations, if you go to any lawsuit, which I explained to Duke as well, Duke the Don, anytime a person files what you call a lawsuit or anything else, this is not a lawsuit. This is part of the divorce proceeding. So when a person files for divorce, they can say anything. Even Duke said that his ex-wife did the same thing to him. I talk to people every day, especially men, where people.
So you're saying your husband's a liar?
Oh, absolutely. And that initial thing, and it was proven.
So what part was he lying about? Was he lying when he said that you locked them out of the children's YouTube channels?
No. So let me tell you.
Wait. You said no.
I
so
was
you
finishing.
did lock them out of the YouTube channels.
No, I did not. I'm finishing.
Woman, you said your ex-husband is a liar. I said, did he lie about you locking him out of the YouTube channels? And you just said no. So do you want to qualify your statements?
I keep trying to talk. You keep muting me. I told you.
Oh, make sure you guys like the stream, and you can if you want, and put. I'm not gonna look at how many views, how many followers got on Rumble right now. I'll look at probably the end of the stream maybe, but please make your way to Rumble. Start fun. And personally, I would advocate everybody that's still watching or still like YouTube. They should start, following and start having Rumble and watching content on Rumble, because there's some interesting stuff on Rumble that is a little bit more raunchier, raw and uncut. And a lot of people are very comfortable being more real on Rumble than they are on YouTube. Because YouTube right now, because of all the average, real decent platform. For those that's watching the playback of this, I surely do appreciate it. Fair use.
Everything in that initial filing.
So he lied when he said that you stole $126,000 by running it up on the corporate card.
Absolutely.
And he lied when he said that you promoted adult content to children between the ages of 4 to 10.
Absolutely. 100%.
So then what did you do to that man if he felt the need to lie on you like that all of a sudden?
Listen, I don't know. Why do women falsely accuse
How
men
long
of
were you guys married?
Why do women
How long were you guys married?
Accuse? We were married, if you want to consider the divorce proceedings, 11 years.
So hypothetically, for 11 years, you guys are happily married, and all of a sudden, he files a suit against you and claims that you locked him out of the channel. You spent $126,000 on credit cards, and you're acting predatory towards children.
No, Mike. So one of the things that happen is, like the reason when I asked, have you ever been married? When a person goes through divorce, the marriage is generally broken down way before somebody
So at
files
what
for
point in time
divorce.
did the marriage get broken down? If you were married for 11 years,
I
at
don't
what year
know.
did it
I
get
don't know.
broken down?
I can't say it was a
You can't say if it
progression.
was year 4, it could have been year 6. You don't know.
I can't remember what year. It was just a progression of things that built up. When you're in a relationship, there's things that just start to stack up and people grow distant, things
But at
break
some point
apart
in
in a
time,
marriage.
you guys grew so distant
Well,
that he decided
I'll tell
to
you what was
pursue
the
you.
real catalyst. I'll tell you what was the real
I
catalyst.
mean, we don't believe
So
anything you
what
say, but
can I
you can
tell
say
can I
it.
ask you okay. So the first catalyst that happened, our marriage was very distant for a long time.
Now, she's gonna go down this memory lane of why the marriage fracture. Um, for a person to be married for over a decade, that's good. That's pretty good. I mean, could be better, but that's just the beginning stages of a lot of things. Um, really, once you start putting 10 years into it, you're now just beginning your actual marriage, personally. Because let's be honest, and everybody that has family members or two-parent households, you know your own parents that were married longer than that, and longer than that, I mean that they know, you know, that your parents really start to really show their real side after the decade, you know. And that's where, you know, can you deal with someone really after the first 10 years? And once you can, then you know you got something really special. Not everything's gonna work out and pan out when you're married to somebody. You're gonna have your ups and downs. There's gonna be times you don't want to be around, or she can't stand you, can't stand her. You gotta find ways to make it work it out. You know, I've seen it worked out on my side of the family, you know, to a degree. Not perfect, could be better, but most anyone that's a Gen Z, millennial, or even Xer, it's gonna be a little bit more challenging. I like to say that. I'm just gonna keep it rich out. Anyway, let's keep going. These phase.
And stayed in it because when you have children, you know, divorce, I was raised like divorces, you never can get divorced. Like if anybody who's raised religiously, see some big Christian women. In fact, I've talked about this on my channel. Like I just want to throw it out there because people think I claim I'm a
Relevancy,
big
Your
Christian.
Honor. Relevancy. How is what
I'm
you're
ex-
talking about right now relevant to what I asked you? You said that your ex-husband is a liar. I said, what did he lie about?
Hold
You're
on, hold on,
saying
hold on.
everything. So then I asked you, what happened in your relationship that made a man that
All right, I just gotta check how long this video is. This is like long, so I'm trying. I'll go for as steady as possible, but let's keep going. Fair use.
you were married to for 11 years all of a sudden decide to lie on you and say some very, very strange things? Why would he do that?
I don't know. Like people lie all the time when they file lawsuits or earn divorce complaints.
All right.
This is a standard practice as any attorney. This is standard practice.
I understand
If
that you came up here.
accusations was enough
Yeah,
to be true,
yeah. I understand that you came up here for damage control, but it's not working for you. Nobody watching right now believes anything you're saying. We've already read through the documents in length. So if you're trying to convince us that you're telling the truth and that your ex-husband is a liar, we don't believe you.
muted. I'm muting. I don't know what to say. So
No,
I
you're
was
not.
finishing the thing. So I don't, now I'm unmuted. You keep muting me. So when you don't like what I say.
No, when you're talking
So
bullshit and deflecting.
you don't know it's bullshit. You don't know me and you don't know my life. If you're going to
I
ask
can
me a
see
personal
through you from
question,
a
you don't
mile
get
away,
to.
honey. You ain't doing nothing
Okay.
up here but
All
deflecting.
right, honey. Listen, honey. We can get into that. But
And now Melanie is slipping into one of her many split personalities. You know she was doing the things with the Muppets. The bitch is crazy.
I'll tell you one thing. She is very talented with the Muppets. I ain't gonna lie about that, man. But you know, I'm not sure if anybody that plays Muppets or do it for a living, or you know, are really good at it. I wonder if they do have split personalities. Now that I think about it, it could be one person one day and another person That's some psychotic shit if you think about it. It's giving off psycho vibes, you know. You know, the ones that, you know, she look like she could possibly be that chick that will black out, and then next day she'll find a body on the ground on a pool of blood. I think Melly has that capacity. Yeah, I think she does got that capacity. Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yes, she does. Yeah. I remember those few videos on her channel how she told dudes that she gonna put one dude 6 feet under, or do some things that's very much undertaking ways. But anyway, fair use, fair use.
You're not going to call me out my name and call me a bitch.
Yeah, well, you act like a bitch, I'll call you a bitch.
Well, you're acting okay. You know what? I'm not going to be the same as you. So
Okay. I'm just waiting on the lawsuit.
You asked me one question and you're skipping
threats.
around. Stay focused. Stay focused.
You made some big threats. You talking cash money shit. You won't tell me whether or not you're suing me. But on Duke's show, you was threatening a lawsuit, talking about your attorneys watching, the lawyers watching. So on the one hand, you want to threaten me with legal actions, but I can't call you a bitch. When if I was really going to call a spade, you were crusty, dusty, musty, washed up predator of a bitch, because them documents said you did some real strange things to some children.
Get it out. Get it out. Get it out. Yeah. Get it out. Get it out. Get it out. You done? You done? You done? You done? Okay. So like I was saying, so a marriage breaks down and any relationship breaks down over a number of years. I can't pinpoint anything, but I will say, so one of the things my sister said, she asked you why you are so gung-ho about me, because I, quote unquote, in your words, hate Black women and trying to tear them down. If you go to my channel and watched all of my videos, that's a lie. So if you go through my history and watch every single video, I call out BS when I see it. I don't care about race. So one of the things that happened was the godmother of my children that I trusted very much, I found out something that happened. I want to say
I don't care about a story about the godmother of your children. Nobody came to hear about that. So we're not going to let you start some long drawn out story about the godmother of your children.
That's part of my marriage story. You asked me that.
I never asked you what your marriage story was. I said, what'd you do?
You asked me why it break down.
Where he allegedly lied, and all of this is a lie. Well, then why would he lie? I didn't say break down your whole marriage from A to Z.
Yes, you did. You said what caused the breakdown of my marriage? Why did my marriage? What year and what caused it? That was your question.
You better give us. Cliff
I'm
notes,
giving
then.
it to you, but you won't let me speak.
Means quicker, means faster, in a hurry. We don't need the womansplaining.
Well, I tell you what, the man does get to the point, man. And like I said, these conversations can be long drawn. You could put yourself to sleep trying to explain the reasons. I don't remember much dudes. I could be wrong. Y'all could probably correct me. Do you find any dudes sit there when a lady asks a direct question that you see a lot of dudes male-splaining or and long-winded? Do y'all experience that, ladies? Keep real. I find it to be more of a female thing, personally. I think a lot of women don't like answering questions. I think that's why I can see why a lot of men and women don't have real engaging conversations, because we can't be honest with each other with simple questions. In my opinion, that's how I see it. But that's just me. I think if there is a direct question, it does deserve a direct answer, and keep it simple. Now, normally, one thing we could do is we could go around and say we plead a fifth, or we could say no comment, or I can't answer that. And, let the person, meditate on that. At the end of the day, you got, if a direct question is asked, there has to be some form of answer. And it is in the right to give it a right answer. Or we could say we just don't know. We just say, plead fifth. Either or, pick your poison, people. Pick your poison. Fair use, fair use.
You can spend hours talking about me, but you need me to hurry up when I'm actually going to give facts, and it can't just be these shots that you throw out over your own back.
You're going to do what I tell you to do, or you're going to leave. It's that simple.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Okay.
You have two choices. You can submit and do what I tell you to do while you're a guest on my show, or you can leave and spend the rest of the night alone in your hotel room. Those are your...
Submit. You must submit. Either you submit to my dick or you get them out. Lower your standards. Be realistic. You must submit. You know, ladies, it turns a man on. Trust me on this. When you just sit there and say, yes, daddy, and you submit and be such a good little thing. Submit. Yeah. Fair use.
Your options.
What? Oh, you got all day to talk about me. So you gonna let me finish now? I'm trying to explain. You want these answers? You've been asking. You've been calling me, summoning me up.
Ain't
So
nobody
here we go.
called you, and I already got the
Yeah,
answers.
let's
I
go
got
to
30
your
pages of
channel. Your
documents.
channel.
I
Your
got 30
channel has
pages of
my
documents
name.
on you, Melanie. I already got the
Let's see.
answers.
Your channel has my name in your mouth. Just your last 3 live streams are all about me. You got hours to do that, but when I come on to actually put my side of the story, you don't want that. You quote unquote call yourself a journalist or investigator, then you need to.
Sorry about that, guys.
But you like curved me.
What you mean?
You didn't want to kiss me.
But that's like a live thing.
Why
Like,
can't you kiss me on live? Are you?
So where were your children at when you were lusting after MTR in that clip? Since you claim you have your
So
children
wait,
full
are
time.
we going back? Where you're jumping all over?
Where's your kids at when you were in MTR's apartment for the last 2 days?
Embarrassing me?
it's not about. There's certain things that should be for
Do
public.
you want me to
and certain
speak
things that
on the
should be for
marriage on
private.
this? Like you're jumping all over.
Hold on, guys. Yeah, I gotta keep doing that because I don't want that music interrupting my stuff, man. Oh no. And trust, that's a good song from Ludacris. Use a hoe. Oh, use a hoe. Oh, use a hoe. I said you was a hoe. Oh. Hold on. Wait for the music done.
The godmother of my children, something was happening between her and.
There's certain things that should be for
Do
public.
you want me to
and certain
speak
things that
on the
should be for
marriage?
private.
All right.
Amaris, if you want to jump in, I'm gonna be quiet for the next 5 minutes and let her speak.
Hey, Melanie, you there?
All right. I'm gonna bring in people that question Miss King, Melanie King, and it might get interesting or it might not. Like this. And you know, I noticed a lot of people were talking about this thing with her and MTR. And I'm personally gonna be honest with you, I really don't give a real F if MTR blow her back that night. Personally. I know a lot of people were speculating and said, she said, oh, you don't want to kiss me and all that stuff. I said, listen, baby, cut the flirting out. I'm not kissing you on camera, bitch. I don't want people to know that you're me an item. I do things in the dark. If I kiss you in front of thousands or even hundreds and thousands of people, they're gonna assume that we are fucking, and that's a no-no. And you know what's funny? Since I'm gonna go there, you know, a lot of content got exposed by messing with a lot of these female content. These female, and they be having these lavish entanglements, you know, having some, you know, and I'll be honest with you, they probably are having this raw sex. And they come around and then tell their other friends, their female friends, or you know, and a lot of people like to gossip how it was and stuff so that it draws more attraction. Man, I'm telling you right now, if you're mediocre tutorial reviews, if you're watching this, which you probably will never, I would say, bro, you're gonna have to stop bringing these chicks to your house, bro. Real talk. Stop doing that. I know you want the viewership, the eyeballs, the attention. I get it. But stop bringing these chicks to your goddamn crib, especially ones that are YouTube or even, let's go as far as Instagram models. Don't put these chicks on camera, man. Shit, they don't deserve that shit. You do that on the low, man. Take a picture of somebody. Don't actually do it on film and shit. That looks weird, man. Because these women gossip too much, personally. And not only they gossip, you find other content creators now doing content over your ass, figuring out if you smash or not. And really, truly, that's irrelevant. It is very much irrelevant. I'll tell you one thing. For a woman that's about to be 42, and she's dealing with your ass, you know damn well she don't got enough dick in her life. She goes and poses and prance around like she's trying to be in the best interest of men, but on the low, she's just getting auditioned just to get some more dick. Come on, man. Man, where's my sound bites, man? I should have put my sound bites here. Shit. I should have put them here. Anyway, let's keep going. Fair use.
Yeah, so I want to answer the question that he gave me. So what I was explaining is, you said that you are for Black women. So one of the things is I found out in 2019, about December, that the godmother of my children, something was happening between her and my ex-husband. And
what
my
happened?
parents were there. I'm not going to go into that.
So
but
then
I
why
am
are you
going
going
to
to
tell
bring
you
it
something.
up if you're not going to
I'm
go
going to
into
tell
it?
you something important. Let me speak. I'm going to give.
Hold on a second, guys. Hold on a second. I think I have my soundbite here. Is it in here? Oh, damn. I did not put it on this computer. All right. I'll have to transfer some files. All right. Let's keep going. Fair use.
You something important. So I found out, remember when Black Lives Matter, somebody poured paint all over the Black Lives Matter?
Relevancy,
Did she
Your
do that?
Honor.
Did she do that?
Relevancy.
Yes, she
Okay,
did.
so she
Yes.
poured paint on somebody, on you, your
No,
husband, the
she
kids.
poured it on the Black Lives Matter, and I disassociated from her when she decided, you remember those two crazy nuts that they were super Trump and they decided to
Okay,
pour
so that
paint
made
all
you
over
and your
that.
husband decide to go through a divorce?
No, I'm
Then
about
what are
to
you
tell you.
Okay,
talking
Now,
so
you will
about?
what?
not let me, you won't let me talk. I'm giving the story. So either let me give it or not, or you just
But
want to just
Melanie,
come up with whatever. I
but
want to
Melanie,
finish.
but
I want to
what you're doing
finish.
is
You're
you're
not
drawing it out.
letting
It's too
me
much.
finish. Once again, I'm muted. As soon as I start speaking facts on my life that you guys have decided to make
What does
your
Black Lives Matter and
entertainment,
paint have to do with your life?
because I'm about to tell you, but you won't let me talk because you have an agenda and a bias, and you
I
don't
don't
want
have an
actual
agenda
facts.
or a bias. I'm
Yes, you
trying to make it
do.
make sense. What bias do you believe I have?
What bias do you think she has, Melanie?
Before she figures that out, I think I found it here. Let me transfer some data. All right, where's my soundbites? Oh, damn, my phone. Where is it? All right, here it is. Okay, now I got my sound bites ready. It's gonna be good. Where is it? So moving forward, to ask the question, you need to answer the question. Well, and really, truly, this is why I don't understand when people using other stories and scenarios, but trying to deflect on really answering the actual question. It gets very annoying in the short term and long term. And a lot of you people, please stop doing that. It's not a good look. It's not a good look at all. Matter of fact, if people really want to know, if we're going to go there, Melanie King, as much times people don't want to admit it, like most modern or traditional women, it always come down to they always, whether they're married or divorced, they're always going to be going on and looking for and be on the what I like to call the carousel. Fair use, fair use.
So, like I said, I found out about some things that happened, and I found out.
You just made a claim that she has a bias. You ain't gonna shy away from that. What bias are you claiming she has, Melanie?
So, I'm going to your original question because this is.
No, I want you to answer what bias you believe our other guest has.
Like, even people are telling you in your comments, let me speak.
I don't care what
Well,
people in the chat is saying. I want you to answer the question. What bias do you think she has?
clearly, you have a bias against me. The
Don't
people
talk
who
about
follow
my
you, the
bias.
people on
Talk about
here.
her bias. You just claimed that this woman who you've
What
never
was that
met
addressed to me?
has a
Was that
bias.
addressed to me, Melanie? Were you saying clearly I have a bias? Were you addressing that to me?
No, I was talking about the channel. You guys have a bias in
It didn't
general.
sound like you was talking about the channel. It sounded like you was talking
Well, I'm
about her
telling you. So
specifically.
either you're gonna tell me what I'm thinking in my head. You don't live in my head. You're not God. So I was answering the questions. You interrupt me every time I try to give facts. You spend all day talking about my personal life. So now I'm
And you
explaining
spent
it.
all day talking about everything but the topic at hand, which is these court documents that we ran through.
Okay, Melanie. So we already talked about the paint. We talked about the best friend. Let's push past that. We got that part of it. Let's move past like what does this have to do with your marriage being dissolved and the children? We there. Can we get to that point? We don't have
Okay.
to draw out.
So he kept, in fact, she actually worked in his ministry. And I begged him to take her off of there, especially because they had an interpersonal relationship that was inappropriate. And then I found out what she did with that, and was basically a criminal. And so what I found, and they had something inappropriate. So we went to marriage counseling. I tried to stay in the marriage. I tried to work through it, and he wouldn't disassociate from her. And I found out really why. And so
Were they in a
uh,
relationship? Is that why he didn't
I
disassociate with her?
I yes.
Oh, okay.
So
So
you're
that
And
makes
saying your
sense.
ex-husband cheated on you?
I don't know if it was sexual, but I
Cheating is
found
cheating.
out. Well,
Yeah, it actually, yeah, he was knocking them boots with another woman. And if you're a pastor, most majority pastors got, the side chicks, mostly somebody in the congregation, most likely. It is what it is. He has the voice, the talent, and the eyeballs for all the ladies that's in the church to sit there and worship him because he is exalting the gospel. And the gospel holds a lot of black women's attention to the point that if done correctly, they will uncover their garments and give the pastor the the box. Keep that in mind. Fair use, fair use. And listen, if the pastor wants to cheat on you, that's all on his dime. That's his business. Is how you deal with the cheating. But let's hear more on this. Fair use.
well, I mean, yeah. If I'm not going to say it was sexual. I don't have facts. I'm not going to throw
So,
out something
so,
I
so
don't
why
have
does it
facts
take you
on.
20 minutes to say my ex-husband cheated?
Because I think things have context. Things aren't black and white. We're not children. Like things
And,
have
and,
So
we
context.
and we
paint,
also
Black
don't
Lives
need a
Matter
30
gets us to
minute.
cheating.
Yeah, come on. I don't see how Black Lives Matter and paint and all this shit segues into your husband cheating.
Yeah, I don't understand that either. I mean, this is where is some bitch babble at the end of the day. Anyway, fair use, fair use.
We need your answers quicker than this.
I speak the way I speak. I don't know. I'm not like you called me
That's
old and
valid.
I'm a grandma. So
That's valid. I
I
can
can
take that.
I can either explain it or not. It's like you want me to get to a point. I speak how I speak.
So you're claiming that your husband
So
lied and everything in the suit and that he cheated on you.
I want to make this clear because I do not throw out false accusations. I do not know about a sexual relationship, but I do know she was dangerous, in my opinion, and she denigrated Black people.
So could we say
And
that she was
then
dangerous because she could manipulate your husband? Because you're saying that he must have had some type of, he believed in her
have you
more than
seen
you.
have you seen the video of what happened with the Black Lives Matter paint and seen how insane it was? Like
What does
literally
that got to
criminally
do with
insane.
you and your husband? Did they go throw the paint, Melanie? Like, why you keep going back to that?
Ain't nobody give a crap about Black Lives Matter. Stop it. Stop it. Stop it. Stop it. Stop it. Ain't nobody care about that. Like I said, deflection. And personally, it goes beyond when these dudes create this new term, the shame, blame, and explain nonsense. Anyway, fair use, fair use.
Like,
What are you talking about right now? Honestly, I don't understand where we're going with this. You're trying to say that your husband lied when he said you locked him out of the YouTube channel, rebranded it as your channel, and then spent $126,000 on corporate credit
I
cards.
said it was false. I said it was
We ran
false.
through everything, and you're
I
saying
said
it's
it was
false,
false.
but you can't provide no evidence.
Where does the final judgment say that I did that?
The final judgment showed that you're required to relinquish control from the channel and give it to a custodian, and that you and your husband were both paid out about
Right.
83,000
So let me tell you what
respectively.
happened.
So
let
if
me
the
tell you.
settlement said that you had to give up control of your channel, then that means you did take control of it. Obviously. The settlement proves that some of that had to have been factual, or else you wouldn't have settled to give up the channel to a custodian.
Okay. So back on point. So what happened was that so if you want to skip all of that, you asked me one question, you don't want those answers because you don't like them. So now we're going to move the goalpost back over here. So now we'll get into this. I controlled the channels from day one. I've always controlled the channels.
We don't believe you, so you don't have to get into a long drawn out thing about you controlling channels. I don't care about that. Nobody asked you about that.
As you know, that's what she used to look like before she got her face done. And she looked pretty decent in this picture. You know, I understand how most or a good portion of Black women are getting comfortable getting their bodies done, personally. Always, I find it more of a non-Black issue in regards to getting the lip injections, the Botox, make your skin look youthful, even to the point you go around and get fake butts, fake breasts. I mean, I just don't get it when a lot of Black women are starting to follow suit with these non-Black women to go up under the knife and enhance themselves, which really there's no enhancement needed. Now, as you know, Melly is not a fat woman, which is a good thing, but it shows that, you know, if you're not fat, the only thing that you got going is you got to keep your body at least appealing besides the face. A lot of dudes will go down in looks, ladies, but it depends how down looks that he's going to want to go far in, you know. And if you look bust down, like really, you know, you're very big, yeah, you got problems. Yeah. But anyway, you know, like I said, this picture, she looked fine. She looked okay in this picture, you know. She ain't do nothing special, but you know, like I said, when women try to put themselves back in the market, they'll do anything nowadays. It is what it is. Fair use, fair use.
You just asked me about the channels and I locked him out and I'm explaining it. Every time I start to explain it, you don't like it. So you mute me. So you don't have to hear the truth.
Because Melanie is so much to where a person loses track. Like you do this babbling to where it's almost like a person doesn't even remember their question because you go on about everything else. Like
because you
it's something.
skip around or
And that's exactly what she likes to do. That's why she was just on with Duke for damn near 3 hours, not saying anything, deflecting and detracting. Come on now. You ain't going to get on Mike TV and do a whole bunch of word salad. I'm not going for it. So if I say, is your husband lying? And you say he is, and we say we don't believe you, then there's nothing else to talk about. We don't need an explanation. We don't need you to try to convince us to believe you. We don't believe a damn thing you say. How can we trust a bitch who rearranges her face and don't tell nobody?
my personal life. If you have a narrative on my personal life and you want to keep spinning these narratives and falsehoods, then it is what it is. Either you want the facts and have a conversation or you want some gotcha moment to keep like
You
keep this
came
up
to
for
me.
views.
I did not go over to your channel. So I don't
My
want
name is
or
in your
need
mouth.
anything. I don't want, need, nor desire to get anything from you. You're here with an agenda.
Oh Lord Jesus. Okay, I'm with an agenda. All right. So we're going to ignore what your channel does.
So is it
So
not an agenda, Melanie, if you're trying to clear up what's being said about you? If
you
you
won't
feel
let
Mike,
me talk. You
I'm
won't
I'm
let me
just
talk. You
I
have an
haven't
agenda
overspoke
of
you.
what you
I
believe.
haven't. If we're two women talking, I'm trying to talk to you. Like I allowed you to speak. I didn't speak
Okay.
over you. And what I'm
Okay.
saying is, if you feel the agenda is that we're trying to set you out to be something that you're not, and you're trying to say Mike has your name in his mouth, this all comes from you being on a podcast where a woman this like basically tried to rewrite Black history. So it's like we're trying to figure out how is this Black woman that talks so much about women need to know their place and they need to know like how to treat a man and how to get a husband. How is she allowing this white woman to talk these points? Like you never said anything about that. If we want to pivot, let's pivot to some real shit since you want to know why Mike got your name in his mouth.
Like I said, this conversation's all over the place. You go from this thing to this thing. Now it's to a podcast. Like, can we keep some
You
order
wanted to
in
know how it
in the room?
started. That's how it started. So now you know the origin story of
No,
how you got here.
actually, no. He's been making videos about me way before I was on there. So that's a lie.
Yeah, and you know what? That shocked me too. Girl, why? You were nice the way you looked. What about you did you feel you needed to change so much that you look like a totally different person?
I'm not going there.
Well, to vouch for that, she looked all right in this picture. But let's be honest. Was the fear of being put back in the market a greater excuse to really go under the knife? I mean, there's a lot of factors why a lot of women will go out their way to change their appearance, And personally, she's not gonna be honest with a lot of people that ask her the question why she did it. And I get it why she won't, because let's be honest. If she kept it real with a lot of y'all why she went under the knife, y'all wouldn't like it. Because let's be honest, people don't like handling or hearing the truth. Wait, hold on. Oh, damn it. What the hell I'm doing? 1 second, guys. All right, let me keep going. Fair use.
So once again, to stay on topic.
No, she asked you a very specific question from a woman to a woman, from one Black woman to another. Be respectful and answer her question.
No, first of all, you're asking. Do you realize how?
You're going to answer her question or you're going to leave the show right now. You have two options. This is a dictatorship. It's not a democracy. You answer or you leave.
Okay.
A dictatorship. Oh, shit. Yo, this guy ain't no joke, man. He ain't no joke. He's not a joke. Fair use. I can't be the savage if I had panels like this. Now I think about it. It takes a lot for me to really get me in my, chaotic way to really go really ham. Now I think about it. I gotta suppress the chaos. I gotta respect the chaos. I don't want to restore the order. Let me stop. Fair use.
Yeah, I see what this is. All right.
Don't let
Have
the
a good
door
night.
hit you on your way out, Grandma.
Hold
Sleep
on,
tight.
Have a good night.
hold those points. Hold those points at a couple of yes or no answers. Now, Melanie.
You know, guys, I'm sorry. I'm too heated. I'm too emotional. I'm going to drop myself.
No, bruh, please. Please? Pretty please?
I believe it's just you and Melanie now. You can go ahead and speak with her. Mike has dropped himself away.
Okay. Now, Melanie.
Mm-hmm.
Are you?
What's your name, sir?
Oh, my name is Leonard Roy. You can Google me.
Okay,
Leonard Remix Roy. Historic house music DJ, Chicago.
Another content creator. Wow, imagine that. Fair use.
I'm that dude.
Your name wasn't on it.
Okay, I'm getting it in.
No, your name wasn't on there, so I just like when I'm having a conversation, I just like to know.
Oh,
the person's
okay.
name.
All right. Well, Leonard, just Leonard, or Len the Nerd, as some used to call me in the hood. Now,
Okay.
you are legally correct. I mean, not correct. You are legally divorced. Yes or no?
Correct.
Correct. So that's a yes answer.
Mhm.
You have primary custody of the children that were conceived in the marriage.
I have
Incorrect
soul.
or
I
correct?
have soul. I have soul.
What's the difference between sole and primary?
When the other parent is completely absent, physically, and not seen or talked to your children in over a year, I think most people consider that sole custody.
Well, considered and legally, because see, I divorced 3 women.
Mhm.
I'm a divorce expert.
Mm.
Okay?
Okay.
Sole custody, the way you're trying to describe it, means he does not have to pay child support. See, your definition of sole custody is just like if I marry a woman that has children and I adopt them, and it absolves the man of all responsibility of the children. So, sole and primary custody, they're the same thing.
Mm,
That's the
Well,
reason I asked, do you have
Oh, I
primary?
remember. I remember this picture. What year was this? This was like 2002.
I'm not talking about the picture. Now we're having a
Well, it's up
conversation
there.
here.
That so y'all are so excited about what I look like. I'm just
you were
commenting.
so
I'm not
pretty
excited for what
though. I
you
thought
look
you were
like.
so pretty.
All right, this is gonna go into debauchery. Let's see if I can fast forward this shit. I'm going to have to fast forward this thing, guys.
Wrong with that woman.
That's not true.
Oh, it's not.
I mean,
Prove it with the numbers.
okay, the numbers are not my personal information in my personal life. I mean, I can give you
I'm not
example.
asking you about your personal life.
We got to do a quick swap out. Jessica D wants the stage with Melanie.
Wait, did they take him out?
Yeah, because he was Melanie, I don't know where he was going with
Right.
that.
Y'all
But
didn't even tell him. Dang.
but
Okay.
I think what kind of does make sense, it would as a woman.
No, they said, nah, nigga, come off the line. You ain't say nothing. That's why they kick him off. Fair use.
Women who I'm just thinking, as our youth, looking to you as someone saying that
I think she cut out. I think she cut out. Is it me or can y'all hear?
I don't
I
hear
can hear
you.
you. Can you hear me?
Now I
hear
can
you.
hear you.
Okay.
Okay, now I can
So
hear you.
as
Okay.
like you know what a rebellious woman is, you know what like 304s look like and what a
All right, let's go. Fair use, fair use.
man doesn't want. Me as a grown woman, I would not feel comfortable allowing my young nieces or young daughter to listen to you when you're divorced and you didn't divorce, but your husband divorced you. So I kind of see how that's a bad look. And it does kind of make us wonder, like, if you're such a good woman and you're able to teach the youth why they shouldn't be 304s anymore, why would a man leave you?
Well, okay, there's a couple questions. There was a couple things in there. So if I'm such a good woman, I've never claimed to be a good woman. If you've ever watched my channel, which I feel like a lot of you guys have not, I've actually owned up and said one of the reasons why I got on the journey to do this because instead of what a lot of people will do after divorce, or a lot of women, you know, blame the man, you know, do all of, you know, and deflect. I chose to look at, you know, look at myself and say, like, regardless of what he did, regardless of how I feel about that, at the end of the day, I can only own me. I can only be accountable for what my part that I played in it. So I went on a journey to really, you know, self-reflect, see what are the issues that I have. Now, I actually think it is a badge of honor to not foul or cheat. And actually, this is why a lot of men follow me, because I'm one of the few women who did not foul or cheat. And
But
so,
you allege that your husband, now you didn't say physically cheat, but he definitely had some type of like what's the word I'm looking for? I want to make sure I say the right word. Like he believed in your friend more than he did you, to a point where you felt like it was putting tension in the marriage. So like you did, there was a reason, right?
I wouldn't say believed in. No, I didn't divorce because of that. I actually tried to stay for my children, because at the end of the day, he was. My belief was that he was a good father, and he was, and I still, while when he was active in their lives while we were married, he was a great father.
So what
And so
about you
I
couldn't be a
so
good wife for a good father to good children? What about Melanie? Because you said you own your badge. So tell us
mhm.
what your badge, what's on your badge? What's on your
I
coat
would
that says
say
Melanie's grown from whatever took her out of that marriage? Because that's what it's looking like, especially when a man has a foul paperwork because he felt like you were being deceptive to the family. You were using the children. So what's on your badge?
no. So that's actually
You know, I don't know if I could say I would give her credit that she didn't divorce her husband. Personally, I tell you, relationships now in the 21st century is always, you know, going to be actually more fizzle. It's going to be very much a struggle. I think one of the weaknesses we have now is we're not being honest with ourselves and what we want out, the outcomes of these relationships, even going into the marriage or even in the marriage itself. Because let's be honest, some ladies, fellas, are not gonna be always comfortable with you cheating, but they sure as hell want you to be comfortable of them cheating on you. Let's keep that real. And the dual mating strategy is a real phenomenon. Hell, a lot of black men or men in general are not going to check to make sure these babies that they have with their girlfriend or wives theirs now. So it tells me right there, as long as you're not really applying that real pressure, you're not get far if you're not going to be express what your real intentions are. That Mo one approach, not every man has the balls to go about with the women they're dealing with. As one thing I could give credit to Alan Roger Curry, that you have to be straight up real honest with yourself and the women you deal with. Anyway, let's continue on. We're going to do like another 40 minutes, actually 27 minutes of this tape, and then I'm not going to go any further. Fair use, fair use.
false claim. So that's why I was trying to explain the divorce thing, but we've kind of like jumped all over the place.
So your
So
husband put a false claim, or
yes, absolutely, 100%. That was 100% false claims, just like anybody does in divorce. Just like if you ever broken up with somebody and somebody talks ish and lies on you, like in a lawsuit, just because somebody said something and files something doesn't make it gospel, doesn't make it facts, doesn't make it true. And that's what I was trying to explain. A
but
person can
you're able
just
to rebuttal though, right? Like if I don't understand, like even if you feel like it's taking you out of I guess like a traditional woman to go against your husband, but my God, you'll wear a scarlet letter of lies? That's what you're telling me? You will do that?
wait, what? I don't
You'll wear a
understand the
scarlet
question.
letter of lies because you're saying the things
What's
he's
a
put in that
scarlet letter? A scarlet letter was actually, if you look at the historical facts of
but
what
we're talking about for you.
that,
That's why I said of
a
lies.
scarlet
That's
letter
why I
is a
said of
woman who's.
lies. I added lies. So I didn't just say a scarlet letter.
But
I said a
wait,
scarlet
I
letter
wear a
of
scarlet
lies.
letter. Who's wearing a scarlet letter of lies? Like,
You are, because you said that
can
your husband
can you
lied on you.
reframe it? Can you reframe it
Okay.
real quick? Because
Okay. So,
I think I'm not getting it. It's like I don't know what time
okay.
it is for
So,
y'all, but it's like 6 in the morning and I've been up. It's like
okay. So basically
okay.
you said that what your husband said There are accusations. They are not true. What he put into that
False.
document.
100%. 100%.
Okay, so you never rebutted back. There's nothing in that paperwork that says, "Hey, Melanie
did.
actually rebutted."
Yes, it
What
did.
what
So,
page?
so
What
no,
page?
that's why. No, that's you're looking at one document. So
Can you bring up yours, because it'll help. It'll help us
No.
understand where you coming from. Because
I
right
don't.
now,
Y'all have okay. You're not letting me talk. Like you asked me, and then if I say something, you're not going to believe me anyway. So like, either you want to know my personal story, and I'm going to tell
not
you,
the story,
or what?
Melanie, but just the answer
Okay.
to the question. I don't need the
Okay.
personal story, just the answer to the question.
What's the thing? Why didn't I rebut? I did. Because when you file for divorce, when a person files for divorce, you have 30 days to do a response. So I filed a response saying it was all lies.
So can we pull that
And
up?
we had documentation. I don't have that on me right now since y'all
No,
know so
I'm saying
much.
no,
Y'all
no.
go
I'm
find it.
saying, is that public record? Is your rebuttal public
Yes, since
record?
y'all,
Okay.
yes, it's part of a divorce proceeding. This is basic standard knowledge of anybody who knows anything about the legal system. This is basic. Anytime anybody files a lawsuit and or a divorce, like a file for divorce, you have to respond within 30 days legally. So that's what I did.
Yeah, you have to respond, because you're not that is as contempt, and that is you're giving authorization and consent. You don't respond immediately. So I had to agree with her that. So let's see who's in the chat room. Look like the chat room's been quiet lately. I know a lot of people watching back and front, and they don't want to respond. But really, truly, y'all could if you're part of this channel. But like I said, watch from the clouds is better than anything else. But anyway, like I said, please keep hitting the like button, share the stream you want. Just sitting back, give them some commentary to all this. One thing I would say, no matter, let me keep playing. After I'm finished playing, I'm gonna give my own assessment and maybe conclusion to all this. Fair use, fair use. As you can tell from the picture, she looked pretty decent back in the mid 2000s. Actually, 2000, I think in 2010s, roughly 2010, 2011, around this picture, or 2012. Who knows? But anyway, fair use, fair use.
My lawyers did.
But you don't have.
Hey, wait, hold on, guys, real quick. I'm gonna mute everybody for just a second, and then we're gonna keep it showing. She claims she had proof, yet she settled. If she actually had proof, and if he was really just lying, then why did she agree to settle? It don't make no goddamn sense. But I digress. Unspoken vibes. Go ahead, Hop.
Yeah, okay. I just want to address this real quick. So, you said that your husband basically made those lies about you locking out the kids' accounts for the YouTube, correct? At Melanie King, was it correct that you said your husband lied when he said that you locked him out the kids' YouTube account?
I can't hear. It's breaking up. Hold on, it's breaking up. I can't hear. I can't hear.
Amaris, can you hear me?
I can hear you loud and clear. Loud and clear.
Okay. Well, she can't hear me, guys, so I don't know. Mike, you just might have to drop me down.
If you can hear, can you repeat his question? I can't hear. It's breaking up for me.
He said, well, I'm sorry, say it one more time, because if you can't hear, I could hear him. Say it one more time and I'll repeat it for her.
Okay, I got you. So she said that her husband was lying when he said that she locked him out of the kids' YouTube account. Is that correct?
You heard that, Melanie?
I didn't. For some reason, it's breaking up for me.
Okay, he said, so is it a lie when your husband said that you locked them out of the children's YouTube accounts? Is that a lie?
Yes.
Okay, so is she aware that her sister came on Mike's live last night and said that her husband actually funded the accounts, funded the YouTubes? So why would he have to lie about that?
Is anyone talking?
Melanie, I know you can hear him. Come on, girl. Let's not do this.
I cannot hear. I don't see.
He said that your sister said that your ex-husband funded those accounts.
Wait, what?
Your sister
came on last night and said that your husband funded all of the YouTube accounts that are attached to your children's names that are still the accounts you are using to this day.
I don't believe she said that, and because
She
she wouldn't
did.
even
It's
know
on
that
live. If
information,
you want to
and
check
I
Mike
wouldn't
TV's
even do
channel, you
that. And
can.
that's not true. So either she misspoke or that's been misrepresented, but that's absolutely not true. So
Well, when you were on three-way with her last night, you should have probably cleared that up because it
I
is
wasn't
on
on. I
Mike's.
wasn't on. I
Well,
wasn't on
whatever. If
three-way
she
with her
wasn't,
last night.
well, you
I
should have.
was
You
on.
should have had
I
her
didn't know
back.
about this. I didn't know about this until this morning.
Well, she was on here this morning, so it was three-way this morning. But what I'm saying is
Three-way with
like,
who?
which
The story untold. You know, it's funny. A lot of black men that's in these marriages, you're going to have to spend a lot of money. You got to spend money on the children. Hell, you got to spend money on your wife. And to throw all that money into them, you know you're going to take a loss. And always with a loss, you do invest. There's no always guarantee in return investment. But one thing is for certain, your children, especially if you're the wife you choose that you could trust, will do it in the best interest for you and for the family. So that way, if they are throwing money, anything, that your children would prosper on this. To go out the way to find that this woman had to do very mischievous behaviors with the money. mm, 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 mm. One thing my good friend Mr. Charles Hart said, one thing we don't give crap about, we don't give crap about the children, we don't give about education, and we don't give a crap about controlling the narrative. They be the hero of our own narrative. And he never failed in that statement. He always reiterate. And he's been saying this when I had him on my channel years ago. And it still holds up on today. But let's keep moving forward. Fair use, fair use.
your
Who was she on
sister,
three-way
with
with?
your sister
Who?
Melanie,
But who she was on three-way with? Me?
with you, yeah.
And my sister was not on three-way
Then how you
on
already
this.
got a lawsuit ready for Mike? Then when you talk to your sister, how you get a lawsuit together?
I didn't say I have a lawsuit together.
You definitely said some lawyers are going to be caught talking to Mike. So how you get
No,
all
I
this
didn't.
information?
I never said my lawyers
Okay,
are
we got to
talking to
go back to
Mike.
Duke's. Then we got to go back to Duke's.
Yeah,
Clip
read
two.
exactly what I put. Read exactly what I
No,
put.
because you said no. Hold on. Are my lawyers listening? You leaned forward and act like you were tuning into something so you can record or whatever
Right.
that is.
So
Now
you
And she also said that she's making sure to screen record for her attorneys. But listen how she wants to play chicken shit and act like a little bitch when she's up on the panel now. Now she don't want to talk that lawyer shit. But on Duke's show, she want to threaten lawsuits and this and then that. Look at how these modern women behave.
All right, so I guess I'll move ahead with the next question real quick. So, on your kids' YouTube channel, Mommy Cray Cray, and it was the other one. Is it correct that you changed the name to Melody King or Melody King Podcast? She's saying she can't hear me again.
she hear you. I can't be doing this. If you gonna play these childish ass games, Melanie, girl, you hear this man? Stop playing.
I didn't hear him, so I don't know what to tell you.
How the hell you hearing me then? This is weird as fuck.
I've been sitting here talking to you, answer questions. Like, I'm not on here to cap and say I can't hear. If it's breaking up for me on my end, I took my headphones out to see if it was that. It's still breaking up. Like, don't tell me.
Repeat what you said, sir, so somebody can help Melanie.
Can someone else repeat what he's saying? I cannot hear him. It's coming in muffled and broken up. I don't know what else to tell you.
All right, Amorous, if you could just do me a favor and ask her this. She said it is a
Now
lie.
I'm not seeing anything. Are y'all talking? I don't
Go ahead,
hear,
sir. Go ahead, sir, and talk.
I hear you, but I don't hear
Okay. He gonna repeat it, Melanie. He gonna repeat it.
Okay, yes. Ask her if she said it's a lie that she changed the kids' YouTube channel name to Melanie King and Melanie King Podcast.
He wants to know if it's a lie if you change the kid's name, Melanie, on the YouTube podcast. Did you change it to yours from Mommy Cray Cray to Melanie King? Did you do that, or is that a lie?
Okay, so I'm thinking that y'all are so disrespectful. Jesus, with a name called is so childish. Like either you want information or
Melanie, I just said it.
I can't no because I'm just seeing the names of these is just insane. So anyway, so that's a lie. So do you? Yeah, I don't want the answers. I just want a yes or no. So I'll just leave it at that.
I swear, this is modern one for y'all. You're not get a clear answer. You're gonna get constant, redirection, deflection. That's how it be, man. That's how it be sometimes. Anyway, let's keep going. Fair use, fair use.
So will you be
Hold on.
So will you be like filing charges against your ex-husband for defamation? Like,
No, my divorce is over with.
so what was finalized? You okay with him just having all these lies on public record about you?
Yeah, because it was proven false, and the final record proved it. I don't go back and forth throwing shots with people. That's not my personality.
Then why are you here?
Because you're speaking on me and my children and my personal life. Like, why are you talking about my personal life? Why are you so invested in my life?
So you pull up to every channel who speaks about
No,
you,
no,
every
this is the
YouTuber.
first time.
Wait, every YouTuber who makes a stream about you, you come up and talk to them.
No.
Then what's so special about me?
You seem to have a deep obsession with my personal life, and you decided to pull up my
So
documents.
because you think I have a deep obsession, that's
You
what's
do.
special about me?
You do.
Or is it the
You
fact that I'm the only YouTuber who pulled up the receipts on your ass, where your
Only
husband
person
said you
invested in
stole the
somebody's
YouTube
personal
channel,
life,
locked him
period.
out of the account?
All right, I got somebody in the studio. Let me start bringing Mr. Coach D Darrell Spears out here.
What's up, brother?
What's good? What's good? Let me continue playing. I'm gonna let you speak. Fair use, guys.
And then
Because I'm gonna let you talk, and then let me finish talking, and let the floor open to you. All right, D Darrell.
Right.
spent $126,000 on the corporate credit cards and then started pumping out adult content to your children's 262,000 young subscribers who are between the ages of 4 and 10. But you came up here on Duke's show, you came up here on my show to give us a whole bunch of womanese because you can't run from these receipts. But you can deflect from him. You can deflect.
Okay. Was that a question? I don't know.
I have a question.
And Jessica D, you're finally off mute. Go ahead, Jessica.
Thank you, Mike. I have a question, Melanie.
All right. So what's good, D Darrell? What's on your mind, brother? How much have you been listening in on this? Have you been aware of this?
Because yes, man. I've been in and out because I've been doing a few things, and I've been flipping around a few channels. I wish you would have told me. I knew we had chatted, but I didn't know you were going tonight talking about this particular situation because earlier today I focused on her a little bit with MTR, but I actually watched this video about 2 or 3 times, and I heard several other people give responses in it. And my position is this: she is not in a good space right now mentally. Okay. And there have been instances in which she's talked about how YouTube has affected her mentally. Okay. And I see her going back in that same spot. And she has been highly criticized. She was better off not going into these spaces to talk about this. And her going to these spaces, because she didn't just go to this person, she went to several other people's channels out of the blue. And I think this shows that she was highly affected by what people were saying about her. And you got to be very strategic who you go on panels on to approach people about what they're saying about you. I mean, yeah, they got information about the divorce and all that different stuff like that. But you just can't hop on anybody's platform. Excuse me. You just can't hop on anybody's platform randomly like she did you know, to discuss this stuff, like she did with this is Mike TV. Like, you need to. You were better off trying to set up something to be prepped for that and be. You know, she just randomly jumped on the on the live stream, and when you do that, you're gonna set yourself up for that kind of interaction. You're better off doing something that's predetermined, that's scheduled, so you can be mentally prepared for what may or may not happen. She just randomly jumped up there. I don't know what she was trying to accomplish,
Mm-hmm.
but it made her look bad.
Well, it's not her that jumped on Brother Mike's TV. There was some other non-black YouTube content creators went on Mike TV because he was just putting out constant reruns of this. And they're getting in their very emotional feelings, and they have to now make the conscious effort. Well, let me revert that. They should be unconscious, but that's not a story. To go confront this man head on either on his platform, or he bounces into platforms that they have this conversation what he's doing. My biggest concern of all this is if any information is putting you out here that you're a grifter and stuff, why is it the first thing you do you react? It's my biggest question.
Right?
And the last thing you want to do as any person that's doing content, and I'm gonna give you background early. I said this earlier, Deidre. Once you put out any form of content, right, on social media or even on YouTube, IG, TikTok, any of those platforms, digital platforms, right? You are put yourself in front of public to be scrutinized, whether you reveal yourself, your true identity or not, and you are subject to anything, regardless of good or not. Now, I remember O'Shea did something on this in regards to what this dude is doing and etc. Talking about he's doing things that's bad, that's not part of the terms and service and all this. Yeah, and I get it. But my thing is this: if people don't understand it, this is like anything, a platform that is section 2 something. You get me?
Right.
Has black people, and one channel talked about that in detail called Zero Inch Channel talks about this, about the bill that was placed that they were trying to look into and restructure it because of the issues this bill posed in regards to telecommunications for the last 28 years or 27 years. So, but the point is this, that once you put yourself out here on the digital world, you're not really safe. I'm telling you right now. Regardless of the main parameters or ways you could try to guard yourself, you put yourself at risk doing this. You get me? Because everybody in the world could find you, look for you if they really want to, and even to the point your family members will expose you. Hell, if you remember, even good friends and family members, is her own sister exposed her. Do you understand me?
Right.
No one else knew this information until his sister came out. So it tells me that that's a family issue you should be addressed to your family. Why is your fucking family telling your business? What you really are, what's your real intentions, even to the point that you had a case between you and your husband in regards of how you are conducting YouTube in regards to taking your own daughter's channels and using it to rebrand to make money.
Why? Yeah, that was messed up. That was messed up.
That is dangerous, Deidre. Let me tell you why. Because you know the thing they call COPA? When they put that in place back in 2020, has you understand why COPA was put in place on YouTube? Because now every person on the internet that's putting out content is just like television now, because people are watching internet. They're not watching basic television no more. That's why they had to now redirect the laws and rules from that was put upon regular telecasters, news anchors, and all that stuff, now to the digital space now. They had to update now. Because they don't say they don't control the eyeballs no more. We do. So if you rebrand your channel that was under an already existing audience that is under the age of 13 years old. And you talking about kissing, male nature, doing things sexual gestures, not just looks, but language. Imagine, Dederell, if you and your wife was not really keeping up on, let's say, what your channel monitoring, right? And they subscribe to one of these channels that used to be a kid channel, now turned to adult content channel. You get very enraged.
Right.
How I know? Because they get the notifications. You think your children, let me tell you something. They think children that's under age 4 and 10 are stupid. They don't understand how to maneuver between the digital world. They're more smarter than us to understand how these gadgets work by the time they come out the womb, bro.
Right.
So they get a notification on a channel that they used to like to watch for years now, and they'll say they find your avatar, your picture, your background, and see your ass shaking and talking about female nature and doing this about things sexual and relationships to a underage teenager or underage toddler or kid. That's a problem. I'm not saying she should have the right to react the way she is, but now that I think about it, I say this, regardless, people think this is a bad thing. This is actually a good thing, because now it makes me think how sensitive you are. You're a sensitive bitch. Out of all things, you would just build. And here's my thing. Here's this. Listen to me good. She has a Patreon where people pay to know how to do content on YouTube, just like the other female teaching wife course and all that. And she, from what is going on, she has not been married long enough. There's too many fake frauds and grifters out here, bro.
Right.
And when people are getting exposed, like with Mike T, because that's what his channel is really based on now. This channel that we're watching, he is finding receipts and telling you that your favorite content creator is not what is added to you. That's why they get into the feelings, because say if you do this and constantly put it on replay over and over again, that brings attention in regards to viewership. Remember, people that got more than 50, 100K or more subscribers are not racking views in the thousands like that, bro. But someone that's small, that's able to be clickbait to the way where it's drawing the right attention, it's gonna mess up your so-called brand. It's gonna make people that we want to subscribe to, or they like about, or don't know about, or have skepticism about you, and they find this channel, what he's doing, it's gonna make them think, say, wait, hold on, is this what she really did? I'm subscribed to a goddamn psychopath.
Right.
To the point of say, hold on. That means my kids that used to watch these channels, to find out this is what the channel was now, and I have daughters that watch you, that's watching you doing this, I'm going to say, hell no. Oh, hell no. But it lets you know that we will never know, because these people rebrand themselves, bro. And let's be fair, honest. How you get your audience, right? You pay for, or you get naturally. It's always an issue, because you don't know who's watching your channel unless you go for your analytics. And we all know when we talk about adult stuff, we're not going to draw teenagers on our channel. I think the most on my channel, the most people my viewers has watched my channel are 30 and up. Now it might have switched now a little bit because there's shorts now. You get me?
Mm-hmm.
Just a little bit, but overall, when I do these long form content, it's usually people that's adults watching this channel. But I guarantee the ones that people that got like channels like what she does, and man, she put the shorts out now. You're gonna get an audience under the age of 20 watching your stuff. How I know? Because short content spells for people that have low attention span. And who has the lowest attention span? Children. Teenagers. Children. Teenagers. So imagine you rebrand your channel that's already had subscribers of children, and you put short content out. I rest my case.
Right.
That's the issue. So, like I said, I have no problem with certain exposure personally. You get me? Because let's be honest, you do put yourself in the front street, and let's be honest, if what he did was really bad, if it really holds weight, you could have sued him. That's why when she came up and he asked the question, "Are you suing me?" She said no. Matter of fact, he had notifications from what he said from a few content that's trying to sue him right now, or alleged said they're gonna sue him. Alleged they said they're gonna sue him. I think one woman that says she's teaching femininity and all this nonsense, but she's not been married from. Let me tell you something. I'm gonna be honest, and it's gonna rub wrong way. If you're a person you teaching femininity and teaching wife school and all this shit, you better be married for over 15 years. If you marry, and the reason I said 15, I was gonna say 10, but I gotta raise the bar a little bit, bro. Because let me tell you something: 10 years, you're just now in the beginning stage of marriage after you survive first 10 years. Just to keep it real with y'all, the average marriage in America is under 10 years, roughly 8. Amongst us, it's like 5. You're not getting nothing in a short period of time when you're legally married in America. I think one content creator, I'm not gonna name her name, but Mike had her on. How she said she got married to her so-called I think the guy was black for only 5 years, and then she divorced him and got married to an older white dude, and is about to carry his seed. And she's gonna probably divorce him in less time because there's a pattern here where a lot of women that's considered talking about they're feminine but they're modern at the same time. That you probably get enough out of the first marriage. You might have got some, but not much. But now that you're married to someone that got some, you're gonna get some more out of the deal. You get me?
Right.
And the funny thing, how you up here charge people like you charge your lawyer fees for a consultation. I tell people this. Listen to me good. If you're gonna be paying anybody, they better be well certified and have very well experience. You gotta look at their background. Remember, as I said with that therapist, how she got mad about credentials and shit. Remember that?
Right.
You know why they're mad? That when people ask real logical questions, because let's be honest, Deidre, a lot of them don't qualify for people to take their money.
Yeah, man, that's real. I said the same thing. People paying all these inflated rates for services that for people that ain't even qualified, and it's a lot cheaper just to do stuff in real time in real life. But hey, man, people, they don't, I don't know. People gonna do what they want to do.
Yeah, they don't qualify, bro. That's why they get in
It's
their
crazy.
feelings. In their feelings. You, for the hand, because you're doing the YouTube thing and the family and the dating channel, it makes a little bit more sense. And you're gonna be more you're gonna have fun with it, and you're gonna be respectful, when you do your thing, which you have already.
Right.
I think one time you had a woman that's an actor that was on The Punisher. I believe she was an actor.
That was the other day. Yeah, I just interviewed her.
I wonder what part she played in the TV series called The Punisher. It was really good series, a 2-season series.
I don't know. She didn't say what was her role. I never watched her. I'm going to actually watch it. She played in 2 shows. She played in The Punisher and some other Netflix special or Hulu, something like that. I got to check it out. And then she told me she's going to Atlanta in May to go shoot another movie. She got a really good part. She's very excited about it. So I'm going to be contacting her again, keeping people posted on what she's been doing.
Okay, that's good. That's real good. That's real good.
Yeah, man. She seemed to be doing well for herself.
Oh yeah, man. That's all they expected. She put herself out there, in the dating world, and it's gonna be challenged because she's an actress. Unless you date another actor, But the dating out there, and you're doing that, it's a little bit more challenging.
Right.
But overall, I tell you, some people you have on there is pretty good so far. That have the conversation about the dating market and all that stuff. I tell people many times, as you get older and you're out here in the streets trying to find somebody, it gets even harder. It's not going to be easier. A lot of people today, it's like a hookup culture. You know, if the
It's
sex ain't good, they ain't staying around. If the sex is good, but other things not rocking, you know, it's always questionable. So, you know, everybody's trying to get something out of this. It's everybody's using somebody, so that's why it's not gonna last. Cause you more want to take instead of put in something. And when you hear about most people when they talk about modernization, all this nonsense, you know, it's questionable, you know.
Very.
But moving on in regards to your views with her being on MT.
Right. Well, let's just see how things go over time, you know. But you know, there's plenty of services out there, plenty of things people can use. I just say people do your research on people before you decide to.
He's having a lot of them over the house. Hold on, is my phone
Right.
working? Yeah, okay, good. Yeah, cause I'm breaking up. All right, and I'm very questionable saying, dude, you bring these women into a house that's also content creators on YouTube. Are you fucking serious?
Facts.
Do you know that a lot of exposure and a lot of screw up things, F ups that happen with content creators engaged in with other content creators in person, especially the opposite sex?
Right.
Has he been following? That's what you tell that he's not been doing YouTube long enough. When I first came across YouTube and I hear the stories of people that either did content or not content creators, meeting these people up front and personal, it goes south, bro.
Right.
They start telling your business.
Facts.
They start gossiping. You know, women like
Yeah.
to chat. And trust me, what MTR he had some pretty cute chicks. He had one Melanie King. Man, I think she's like a Caribbean chick. I don't know what part Caribbean she's from.
Yeah, she Jamaican.
Really?
Yeah, she Jamaican. Matter of fact, they went to Jamaica last week, 2 weeks
Ain't that something? Wow.
Yeah.
Ain't that something?
That was on the review about my video earlier today, my stream. We did a review of him with Melanie King, and then when he was in Jamaica with Melly.
I didn't know Melly Mono was Jamaican.
Yeah, she's Jamaican.
Makes a lot of sense. And I take it she's like 31, 32. I know she's in her 30s now. She's not no 20-some-year-old woman. You get me?
Yeah, she probably early 30s.
Early 30s.
You know she sell cars too.
Does she have a car lot?
Nah, she's going online selling luxury cars.
I don't know how she got in that business. I'll talk to her about that. If I ever get a chance to, I got know how she got into that. But
she doing her thing.
Yeah, I'm saying, yeah, this is a woman, and here's this. She's an island woman, and you know a lot of island women love to fuck. You know what I'm saying? Like, literally, I tell people to say, wait. I got a tune for that. Yes. Where's my tune? If you go to Jamaica, or what they said, the Freaknet that's eventually gonna be on Hulu, or is Hulu? Yeah, this is the tune that y'all guys gotta keep in mind. Here we go. Wait, y'all didn't catch that? Let me run that again. Yes, she's one of the women that's gone wild. She'll ride on the crack. She'll do flips, handstands. You ever watch the video? Oh no, I'm not gonna ask you. We're gonna do that. Yeah,
crazy, man.
And she's a 6-foot woman, so she's not no short woman. She's like one of them tall.
Yeah, she's 6. She is tall.
Yeah, she gonna break your dick, my nigga. Yeah,
you talking crazy.
Listen, the amount of time she talking about telling men about sex. Cause if you listen, she on IG, she on YouTube. She have these unusual women come on here talking about their standards, what they want. I said, baby, the only thing your friends want, that's talking about what they want. The only thing that a man's gonna give them, since they're on your pineapple show, they're gonna get some dick and bubblegum. I wish do this came up there and say, so what do you do for them? I said, no, I'm just gonna give you dick and bubblegum, bitch. I want to do be some rugged said, and just come and say, what are we talking about? What I do for them? No, listen, dick and bubblegum, baby. That's what you gonna get. Nothing on the instant. No, not even getting that dick and bubblegum. Because I don't take it seriously. A pineapple show. Listen, you know how many times they curve and say some nonsense up there, talking about pineapple and all that stupid shit. And I'm looking, I said, wait, hold on.
Right.
You said what, bitch? Have you looked at yourself, your age, and what you're asking for? You out here struggling. You in these streets. You're on the matter of fact, I'll do you better. You're on the this. And you ask her, you looking for what? A relationship? A marriage? Or you looking for, or you no, we all know when you're on these platforms, the first thing comes on when you're asking what you're asking for, or what you're looking for, or what you said what you need, or all that stuff. The only thing that comes to mind to a lot of people when we see on those double screens on YouTube comes to like this. We're always gonna ask, say, baby, how long you been on the carousel? Don't tell me no lie. When last time you've been on the? That should be the question you be asking. Don't give me this garbage. You come online to go look for a fucking mate. No, you come here to get clout, get attention. Them dudes up here simping, drooling. You know what I'm saying? You're not even getting whiff of the pussy. You're giving them all the eyeballs, all the attention. And I'm saying, you dumb niggas.
Hey man,
These people
that's
look
what
at.
they
Listen, once the stream cuts off, they sit there laughing y'all fucking face. Now, once time I see any real connection, if I really go and pay attention to some of these channels, bro, no type of connection. You know why? Because it's not there. It's there to just for their amusement, to shit on you. You gotta be a fool to come on a woman's platform and give you receipt or qualifications for that. You don't know these bitches. They're on the. Yeah. And I gotta be raw. They're on the carousel.
Yeah.
And even they and make it worse. Some of them are they even go wild too. These are ladies that you up here coming on cam up wanting on another person's platform that sells cars. And don't get me wrong, she's a good look in the eyes, in the face. And the only thing I don't like is she got too much tattoos. The tattoos is ridiculous. I mean, and so a woman that has good skin, you damage your body when you put too much tattoos. They look like you're a tramp. I'm sorry. A lot of people say, "What's wrong with women?" That's a lot of work. When you get too many tattoos, you damage, baby. Something wrong with you. Someone did something to you, or whatever. It's not a work of art to have more than one tattoo, especially tattoos that are too big and revealing. She got a whole back tattoo and an arm sleeve tattoo. Baby, I can't take you on an important dinner. You sit your ass down.
Right.
In fact, I have to pay and get rid of some of those tattoos off your body. Look at Black China. Darrell. She went out and invested money to get rid of all, and I mean all the tattoos.
Yep.
What that tells you, why would a woman that has been out here in these streets for as long as she's been here, 2 different baby daddies, created OnlyFans, made millions of dollars, now all of a sudden want to go be a Christian and do all this nonsense? Because she knows it's time. It's that time. It's about that time, bro, that she has now entered slamming or hitting the wall. At 35 now.
Right.
It's time for her to say, it's time for me to go find a sucker. And suck his and make her be a good wife.
Right.
Don't play with me, people. Don't play with me. Don't play with me. Don't play with me. You might take everybody else a fool, but you can't take me as a fool. If you've not been doing this before you hit 30, that tells me you wait until you get a certain age to now say that there's someone that's going to be some sucker that's going to like and take your damaged ass.
Yeah, that's true.
Your history says everything. That's why we always harp to ladies. Don't put yourself out in these streets like this. Don't do it. Especially if you're making good money or you're getting whatever you from these dudes. If you go do it, keep it to a minimum and get out the game as soon as possible. Do not wait until you get to that age. And then God for know you have children before that. Don't do it. If you could avoid it, please do. But I don't want to see you be in these streets and be like the Black Chimes. And I give her credit. At least she making the change. I give her credit for that. Some of these other women that's older than her, and like the Amber Rose or any of this woman, that they have not made the transition properly to really get themselves corrected. They feel that that's going to accept them as is. And I'm saying good luck to that. Good luck.
Right.
So yeah. So like I said,
they'll find out the hard way.
They're learning the hard way now. You get me? And they're reaping the consequence every day with their actions, But even to MTR, you do need to stop doing this because even with Melanie King up there talking about she all drunk and want to kiss him and all that stuff, and she twerking all this nonsense, it's not a good look. People gonna look at you, say you're trying to push a narrative, and then you're on this platform doing something different. It's faking it. It's grifting. It's giving grifting vibes.
Right.
Grifting vibes. That's why when you got checked the way you did, and you went on this brother's channel, made a more ass on yourself. I don't know why you did it, but you did nonetheless. And I expect more people that if he does expose are going to come as platforms, and it's not going to look good. It's not going to look good at all, bro. Not going to look good. I think most people, if they have not learned from this, I said this and I'll say this again. If you have family members or friends that you feel that you live in double life and they're envious of you because you're making money on the digital space and they find you, they're going to expose you, and they're going to just threaten you, and they're going to put your business out there, and you have to make a conscious decision. What's the next move? Because I think his sister, or either older or younger sister, she did this with mild intentions. I think she wants some out of this. She wouldn't waste her time go out there and expose her the way she is unless something,
Mm-hmm.
Because this is family. Why would family do harm to other family members that already has a very sketchy persona on the internet? It don't make no sense to me, but I get it now. She uphold her end of the bargain, and see now she's getting burned for this. Now she's trying to do all this damage control. I mean, it's not gonna work. It would. Matter of fact, she better off just let it be and let people just be speculate on it. And if they stay and subscribe to your channel, that's good. If they're not, that's well. You get more subscribers. You try to put out the content and you just keep pushing. If people ask, you just say I pleaded fifth, or I just keep it real with them. You get me? It's not gonna stop people from fucking with you. Once you get a certain audience and you create a certain notoriety for yourself, all that goes under the rug.
Right.
Unfortunately, because let's be honest, most people don't really do background checks on a lot of their content creators. Hell, they don't do background checks on one well-known content creators that these dudes keep mentioning. That's talking about you must get rid of children. You get me? They're not gonna do that. So, but one thing I do want to ask you, since you're up here, D Darrell, because you did the review already on her and on MTR. What do you see down the line what MTR might be doing now that he's having these women? What real advice you give to this brother? You there? Oh.
Right, I'm here.
No, so what advice do you give MTR since he's now
my advice for MTR is to go back to just strictly doing your content. Don't comment no more on just Pearly and all that, because that's what shit went downhill for him. Just stick with the content, man, and don't even comment on anything outside of your channel, because you looking bad, man. Like when he starts saying, doing the little videos, and man, people are already on the edge of him because of everything that's happened. I just stick to the content, and he not built for that. So I just stick to the content and don't comment on everybody, personal, private, whatever. Just stick to that.
Okay. I mean, that's well said. Advice. I don't think he's gonna follow through with it because he's having the time of his life, and I think he's now feeling too comfortable having these ladies around him personally. And let's be honest, I think they got Kevin.
Right.
And I'm not gonna get into detail. That y'all know if y'all check Mike TV's content, he did talk about Kevin Samuels and speculations. But it lets you know how you think they were able to get to him. It was not another man that got to him; it was another woman. And personally, I'm surprised he had this particular woman on his house or his apartment. Very questionable, bro. She's very
Right.
much has issues. She has split personality issues. Matter of fact, she looks like she could be one of the women that she'll black out, and then the next thing you know, you'll be on the floor. I think she gives off those vibes personally. Yeah.
Right.
I won't fuck with her, personally, because she looked crazy, bro. She's very crazy, very crazy. Especially a woman that will sit there change her face surgically, And nothing was wrong with her personally, but when you go out way and you go research, recarve your face, chances are, man. I mean, psycho vibes, I'm just saying. All right. Anything else, Dieter? Because should I run more of this tape? I'll probably run 5 minutes and then I'll call this a night. Because let me see what else these people ask her. Fair use, guys.
So when you talk about modern women, this rebellious women, that, are you projecting? Because it seems like that umbrella that you cast on women, particularly Black women, a lot of these things pertain to you. We've seen you on camera drunk twerking. We know that you're a single mom. What makes you qualified to provide relationship advice to anybody when you yourself have a failed marriage?
I don't know. Nothing makes me qualified. But if people rock with me and they feel like it resonates with them, it's up to those individuals. If you don't rock with me, you don't rock with me. If you don't think I'm qualified, I'm not qualified. I'm not here to me or like what I have to say. But the people who do, they do.
Okay. Well, the reason I asked if you're projecting is because you seem to have a lot of negative energy, a lot of vitriol for Black women in particular.
Where?
And I'm just trying to understand
Where tell me specifically where I've had vitriol for Black women that I have not had. And when you say vitriol, tell me exactly what was
vitriol, as in the energy, the hate that you spew.
Give me specific. Energy is very vague term. What's energy? I need
you know exactly what I'm talking about. I can give you specific.
I deal with facts and specifics.
Yeah, so let me finish. I can
Look at that shit right there. Look at that. Look at that. That's a stiff twerk. That's man.
Right.
Stop. Let me stop. Fair use, man.
I'll give you an example. An example is when that young lady with the blue hair was on King Rich's show, and she was just expressing her perspective on something. And before she could even get her word out and finish her sentence, you guys kind of just like dogged on her and started really like screaming at the girl, saying she's rebellious, she doesn't follow men, she's this and that. And I just want to know why this young lady needed to submit to King Rich's when that's not her husband. Your whole point during that whole session was, you're a rebellious woman, you should submit to men, you should submit to this and that, and you were just completely misquoting the Bible the entire time. Ephesians says women should submit to their husband, wives submit to your husband, not some random podcaster who's screaming at you at the top of his lungs. So what are your thoughts on that?
Didn't Mike tell me to submit to him? And isn't he a random podcaster on his platform?
We're not talking about Mike. We're talking about you.
No, I'm saying just if you want to
give you an example about where you were being vile and spewing vitriol to women, why don't you keep that same energy for yourself? Because everything that you speak on applies to you.
Who says I don't? I'm not perfect.
And my second question is,
when have I sat up and said I'm perfect?
Yeah,
and
my second question is,
hold on, guys, real quick. I'm gonna mute everybody for a second. Somebody in the chat earlier posted a very good comment. They said that she called the woman with the blue hair a whore of Babylon because she was twerking. And here we got this broad going from crying to twerking in less than 10 seconds. So I guess Melanie thinks she's a whore of Babylon since she also twerks.
Well, you about to do?
I gotta be a boss.
Well, oh.
I guess this is how whores of Babylon get down. Isn't this the pot calling the kettle black? I digress.
Yes, I digress too, man. If you're saying that she was twerking, she was this, and then you go to MTR. But oh, I forgot, MTR got almost close to pushing 1 million subscribers. So baby,
Right.
you're gonna get on your knees and yeah. I tell you, Lee Durrell, every person submits to someone that has a bigger clout at the end of the day.
Yeah, I agree to a certain extent. Yeah, people.
Unfortunately, that's what the world we live in.
That's the game.
That's the game. White faith, they make a conscious effort to protect the so-called racist pasty chick because she has clout. If she had no clout, you think some man, a black man's gonna invest their time? And she said, "Oh, she's not racist at all." And there's too much videos out there that she delete, and some that you have to find that's still up that's saying otherwise. But you can't tell niggas nothing like this because, and let's be honest, because she had that one dude up there that was talking about the Jewish people. Yeah, she better remove that crap off the internet. Oh, I forgot. It's too late. They got it nice and secure. Cause once they know that you put that out there, they're gonna keep that as evidence.
Right.
That's what I tell people many times. And I'm gonna say this for some game for those that last long to the stream. Do not post anything public unless you're certain if the video you posted won't get you kickback at the end of the day. Always be sure that wherever you create a post that you're comfortable posting it, because it's there forever, ever.
Right.
Stop sitting there posting things and deleting it and think it's all good or private the video. No, it's not. You post it out. Once it puts out in ethers, you're gonna be scrutinized. People gonna look at that. They're gonna find it. They're gonna say some things. They're gonna give you pushback, even to the point that they might even do some worse. So stop playing these games. This is a media platform. That's why you look at most content creators. I'm sorry to say they're not content creators because every time you do a video, upload or live stream, the purpose is you put it out there for people to consume. It's not for someone to say you just put it and it's throw it away. Now, if YouTube does it, that's different. But number 9 test time, they want all the material that you put out stay up in their website.
Right.
They didn't design it for you to create some and then put somewhere else. No. And if they had their way, they could start restricting how often you could do that. You get me? If another emerging platform like Rumble or something comes around and they're competing real hard, they're going to be very much going to change the term of service, and they're not going to allow you to just keep deleting your videos.
Right.
I'm telling you right now, give you a heads up. If another emerging website comes around that's doing the same thing on YouTube is not going to be eager or geared to have you just create something on their platform and just send somewhere else. No, you're gonna be penalized.
Facts.
So keep that in mind. Fair use. I'm gonna let this run for a few more minutes.
Right, like you mute me when you don't like it.
Thank you, Mike. That was an excellent pivot into my next question. Melanie, do you think that you're a hypocrite? Do you think that you're a hypocrite? Because just like Mike just showed, you called this young lady a whore for twerking, this, and that. And then you once again, always cast this net of judgment onto women, onto Black women, calling them liars, saying that they set up men all the time. When you just told us that your ex-husband lied on you and set you up and went on this campaign to, make you look a certain way, where was that energy for him? And do you think you're a hypocrite because you did not give him that same energy?
Okay, so I didn't call her that the Great Whore of Babylon, and I didn't say it about twerking. So if you're going to ask me something, you got to deal with facts. And so I did not say, it was not in reference of twerking. And it was when I said what I said it makes you like that when you have a rebellious spirit.
Where in the Bible does it say that? Show me now.
Show you now in the Bible. Like, what are you talking about? This is the Great Whore of Babylon. She actually represents, just like Jezebel, Delilah, and several women of the Bible who had a rebellious spirit.
Do you have a scripture that reflects that she is the Great Whore of Babylon?
No, because I don't claim that she claimed Christianity on there. I didn't.
You also claim to be a Christian woman.
You are a previous wife of the pastor, and you can't quote no scripture. You were married to the preacher, and you can't quote no scripture. Make it make sense.
Melanie, this is a bunch
of like I never claimed to be. Even on that thing, I said I'm not. I said I was raised. Are you gonna let me answer the question or not? You overtalk me every time I say.
You overtalk everybody else, but go ahead. Go ahead, girl.
I've said, since I know you don't watch my content many times, and even on that, I said I was raised.
I don't like you.
She don't like you.
Can I answer now, or you
of course, Melanie?
How much you don't like me? I mean, get it out.
I only told you once. I think it's clear, but go ahead.
All right. So back to the facts. So I never said those things. So again, if you're going to deal with something, come with the facts. So I said many times, and I said even on that I've never claimed that I'm some Christian. In fact, I've been hurt by the church. I was raised that way, is what I tell people all the time. So I was raised in Christian school, Christian college, and I have been hurt by Christians the most. And so I consider myself spiritual. I'm really not sure where I land right now in my spiritual journey, but I've never said that I'm some great Christian. I mean, I say it all the time. So if you know my content, I say I can kind of speak on those things because of how I was raised, but don't hold me to that. I say, listen, I'm grown, I'm more spiritual. I don't get it. I'm not some great Christian woman. I've said this many times. Said that then. So,
but not on that show, Melanie. You told that woman that
cloth. Where have I been a woman of the cloth? Where's that?
You said that you were in church.
That doesn't mean I'm a woman of the cloth.
No, you said
So
why are you
the first lady, right?
I was not the first lady. I was never
other women accountable to standards that you don't even follow. That's hypocrisy.
Are you not going to let me answer a question, or you just want to just get out whatever you feel about me? It's either answer questions.
What you're not going to do is come in here and gaslight. I asked you a question. You have had many times to answer it. I can ask you questions. That's what this is for. Answer if you're a hypocrite or not.
What? You're not letting me answer anything. And when you don't like my answer, you skip to the next part.
You haven't answered the question.
I'm answering and you overtalk me when I start.
But the solution is you have to take accountability. I don't care what your background is. We live in the most privileged society in the world. Even though the worst circumstance of a Black woman today is nothing what it was 100 years ago, especially if you want to talk about the U.S. slavery. I don't know how it was in the U.K. I mean, I do know it wasn't like it was in the U.S. But if one woman, Black woman, made a choice that was Maggie made a choice that was better than the next Black woman, then you have a standard now that you need to live up to. And I think a lot of times we want to just say, well, it's somebody's fault to the government. It's this, that. A lot of races, you look at the Jewish people and what they've gone through in society, it's a lot of the same atrocities. In fact, all of the Bible, all of the Israelites and the Hebrews were actual slaves. Like it was a known thing. And so what I'm saying is if we have to take accountability. We want to keep pointing. Let's not point any more of what the government and what it is. What do Black women need to change today? What are we promoting? Are you twerking? Are your friends twerking online? Are they showing their
See that? See, contradiction. You know,
she shouldn't have never went on that platform, man.
And now she's regretting it. See, one thing, have you noticed when Mr. Black exposed Pearl, and a lot of people been talking about her for months now? Mike, to Mike TV, you should check his channel out. He has a lot of receipts, regardless how y'all view the brother. And him and I think another brother named Ringo from New York.
Yeah, I know Ringo. Ringo been around long time.
Ringo. Yeah, Ringo. He also does as well. And mind you, the combined between the two of the channels, Ringo got 100K subscribers now, finally. And he's been doing YouTube now since 2005. And he never hit 100K subscribers. Every time when he gets to a certain peak, he gets his channel removed. But now he has broken the threshold. The point I mentioned these two content creators is they have more insight of things like this because they really pay attention to detail and they keep a lot of the things in a vault and reveal it in more detail on their own platforms. So I got to give credit to Ringo first, then Mike, because they're really showing the real side of YouTube, especially Ringo. Because Ringo been doing this for a long time. He's been on this for 18 years. So that's that. All right, fair use, guys. And
weren't you just twerking online, Melanie?
Yes.
So why are you sitting there in a white woman's apartment talking about black women twerking online?
Because that's what I said at the time. Did I say that I'm some perfect whatever?
And at the time when you're shading women for twerking, black women specific, you sure didn't mention that when you get drunk, you act like a ratchet ass Jezebel and start twerking just like the rest of them. But I digress.
It looks very hypocritical. That's all we're saying.
And yeah, this is why they call you a hypocrite, because morality shapeshifts. Your morality is like a chameleon.
Okay. What? First of all, chameleons. Just so y'all can stop throwing it out.
Yes, Melanie.
Only the male.
There's
Only
a
the
video
male
of you
chameleons
calling
change
yourself-
colors.
There's
So
a
if you
video
want to
of you
use
calling
something,
So do you want to be a man, Melanie? Because that's what you doing.
Okay,
herself.
this is like some masculine shit right here. All right, okay, male,
just
whatever.
arguing with me, they won't let me answer anything. So I don't know what to say.
You keep deflecting because everyone's been asking.
Fawcett Media is new. Right now, it's Fawcett's Media's turn. Go ahead, brother. Jump in.
Thank you. Thank you. How you doing, panel? Melanie, what's up? Melanie, are you in fact a chameleon?
Define what a chameleon is.
Oh Lord.
It's a male lizard that changes colors.
I am not that.
All right, that's done. All right. Thanks for being such a good sport and coming up here. I think it's the height of feminine behavior to grill a woman for straight. How long has it been? 4 or 5 hours? So why do we feel this is something?
When you say someone's grilling for 7 hours straight,
are
you talking about me? Because I've been going for 3 hours.
Including the time you were on the other channel, Duke and Don?
Okay, so if you came to Cape for
Duke was already
Melanie,
on like 2
right
hours.
now we're bringing people
Get
up
on.
who
What
have
are you talking
questions
about?
for Melanie, not people who have comments for me. So if there's anybody that got questions for Melanie, that's why you're getting brought up. Because I'm not just going to be the only one to have the chance to speak to Melanie. Any viewer out there that's had questions about Melanie's comments, her behaviors, her disparaging remarks, especially black women, click the link and this is your chance to talk to her, just like Jessica D has been doing.
I have. And if you are in fact not a chameleon, there is a video of you saying that you are a chameleon coming out of your mouth. So how do you define chameleon?
Yeah, you've never heard a joke before, guys. I joke, I play around, I have fun. Y'all are so serious and militant about this stuff. Like I say that all the time as a joke. I'm a chameleon. I'm a 304. I
But
mean,
you joking around serious shit though, Melanie. Like, what are you talking about?
on my channel, I say what I want. I
No,
joke.
we're talking about on other people's channel.
Whose channel?
Girl, you was on that white woman channel going in. Are you for
that
real?
white woman you was caping for, Pearly Road Records, your bestie.
I was caping for.
Girl, yeah, you said you love that woman. You said you love Pearl.
No, it was my first time meeting her. Oh, y'all, come on, stop the cap. Y'all are just doing this.
Who say they love somebody the first time they meet them?
That's a joke. You've never met a girl like, oh, girl, I love you. We besties, and just being goofy.
Hell no, no.
I'm not you. You want me to be you. I'm not.
No, I don't want you to be me. I want you to be real. Be real.
You could never.
Real. You don't get to judge if I'm real or not.
But you're not.
That's your opinion.
No, boo boo. It's your page opinion. Your page show us that you're not real.
Numbers show that people don't believe that.
I can't see that man in his cast.
And mask.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
What the
Do you
hell? She
say?
crying
Would you
for?
say you do not like black women?
Come on now,
Let's
don't be
move on to the
ridiculous.
next thing. I got
Now, I would say
This
that's
is
a bit.
this
Should
That's
we
a bit
even
of a
keep on
stretch.
finishing, or
is
this
a
should
real
be the?
question.
All right, no,
I
I can
mean, I don't know what
refresh.
to look at the video
We
that
just
you
can't
wanted
talk about Kevin no more. Like
to
his
go this,
funeral,
or
I
am I
can't talk
looking at
about
this
that. I
question?
cannot talk
I mean,
about
it's
that.
distracting.
Oh Jesus. Okay. I didn't have to twerk it out.
Right, the
You
joke.
about to talk it
Work
out?
it out,
Sure, I
baby.
got the twerk.
Wait, hold on. You about to talk?
I gotta be a boss.
Well, hold up. Oh.
I gotta
What
twerk
the?
it out, guys. It's the only way to
All right. All right. Enough of that. Take that chick off my screen, man.
She went from crying and tears. I gotta go twerk it out.
Twerk it out. Even to the point said, I'm joking. I was 304. I'm a chameleon. Sweetie, anytime you joking, we're gonna believe it. Just like anything else. We go by not only what you said, but we go by what you're actually doing. That's why words don't mean nothing to us as black people or any racial group of people. It's always got to see what you're really doing. Really matters. And I see what you do. You're doing a lot of fuckery right here now, and then you're trying to give advice. Yeah, that's not gonna work. Unfortunately, that's not gonna fly. Anywho, I think we could put this in the can. So the verdicts in D Darrell, is Melanie King finished?
No.
And why?
Far from finished. Huh?
Why?
Because you're always gonna have people. You're gonna always have Negroes that like how she look. They're gonna cake for her and they gonna support her channel. And they're gonna have women that's gonna hate on her. But as long as you got thirsty Negroes around, they're gonna support her channel.
Mm-hmm.
And that's just the facts. I mean, she is an attractive woman, even if she in her 40s. So what? She's gonna continue to speak the talking points that these Negroes like to hear. And so as long as she's doing that and she look good on the camera, they're gonna support her channel.
Mm-hmm.
That's just the facts, man. These guys ain't worrying about substance. Because if they was really worrying about substance, her channel wouldn't have been that big. Because she don't say anything substantive at all.
Most of everything, a lot of these female chicks that's regurgitating these so-called talking points,
yeah, man,
are getting it from the men, and they just repackaging because a lot of simps are watching these chicks' channel because they're hoping for the possibility of sex.
And that's gonna be a big part of my channel on D Darrell Rebirth Live, man. I'm focusing a lot on talking points. I'm attacking talking points, statistics, things like that. That's what I'm attacking, man. It ain't gonna be necessarily specific. I know in the past, I got in the beefs for going in with certain people, and but I'm looking at talking points and the statistics behind it, and things like that. That's what I want to focus on.
Okay.
And
yeah, I mean that should be the more focus of anything else.
yeah, man, I'm focusing on the stances that people have, the opinions, talking points, because they're shared amongst a lot of people. A lot of the talking points are shared and agreed upon, and that's what I want to attack. And like today, we did talk about Melanie, and she was with the little drunken drinking situation. I was more on
MTR,
about MTR and how he conducted himself, with in two separate situations. But MTR has always, this is nothing new for him. I'm like, dude, you have interviewed a lot of women. Some were very attractive, and you traveled, you've done all kinds of stuff. You met a bunch of these guys are meeting. Like, there's a lot of people meeting each other. Like, you should not be nervous, and whether she was drinking, man. He came off as very, like he was not confident. He wasn't confident like he was nervous and you know, like he ain't never been around an attractive woman before and all this other stuff, and it just went. I mean, his channel has been a roller coaster ever since Pearly, the little Pearly situation. It's been a roller coaster. You know, Melanie King has been exposed. I don't think it's the end for her, but she's been exposed. She exposed herself, and so you know, with the church, I didn't know she was married to a preacher. I didn't know she was, you know, quote unquote religious, and then you got all these. I'm gonna say this chaos, and I'm gonna just keep it a buck with you, man. Since I've been in this space, chaos, it's very hard for me to not look at things from a professional lens.
Okay.
And I struggle with because people want me to be a therapist 24/7, and I don't want to. I don't want to be a therapist. I just want to be where I can put that aside and just be myself.
Okay.
But then when you enter into these spaces and you see people doing shit that is similar to what you see every day, it's hard to. I'm gonna just say it. It's very hard. And look, the lady been through a bad divorce. Okay, she got kids. She obviously got plastic surgery, and because she don't look nothing the way that picture you post. She obviously she got her cheek, the lips, the eye, you know, facelift, cheekbones, you know, no whatever else, and new hairstyle, new look, and it worked. Let's just be honest. She looks a lot better, and she restructured herself to not be the woman that she functioned as when she was married.
Yeah, I agree.
And so she came aboard, you know, she took her kid's channel and did all of this crazy stuff. But see, other than that, also, Melanie talked about how she was miserable doing content, and she was crying and she was all emotional. And I think her family told her to just do what you want to do and all this stuff. Then she seemed free. And she reminds me a lot of Crystalline Carrison.
Okay.
I'm talking about how they react to conflict and stress, how they react to adverse situations. They're very sensitive psychologically. And so they find strength when everything is great and they're not the center of attention. Not talking about on the channel, but in the space. But when you become the center of ridicule, they falter. They melt. They start crying. They get emotional. They start doing things uncharacteristic of themselves. It exposes the kind of women they really are. They show their weaknesses. And look, this is why I would never, no matter how, if I blow up, I would never ever make YouTube my main source of income. Because once you make this the main source of income where you live and die by this, this is the risk that you take. And I'm like, man, like I could be a bigger YouTuber. I ain't saying I'm blowing up. If I could do 3 to 5 videos a day, that's every day. That's what it takes. Every popular YouTuber puts out a lot of content and they stream daily.
Yeah.
You know, I can't do that.
I can't do that either, man.
Yeah, man. Hell,
I mean, just doing this today. I mean, I was supposed to do this earlier, and I can't even keep on the regular schedule.
Listen,
so
man.
if you're doing this, like doing multiple videos a day, this is a lot of time consuming, bro. I just don't come up with this videos or live streams a day. I have to think what I'm going to do, put it out, thumbnail. this takes a lot of work. People forgot to say that we got lives
Man,
outside
it's a
YouTube.
lot. Man, listen. It since I started, when I first started YouTube, man, back in 17, I was like, damn, this is time consuming. And you know what was the most of the time? This was before streaming. Streaming didn't really start really taking off
Until
till like 19.
2017. Until
Huh?
2017. Until 2017, that's when people start really doing live streams. I know
Yeah.
because during days of Facebook I think come around to 2016.
But see, that was the Google hang when it switched from Google to everybody started using StreamYard.
Yeah.
And they started putting the super chat and all that stuff in 19. That's when shit 18. That's when shit started really shifting. But my position is, man, I was doing videos where I was doing nothing but videos, just editing, doing uploads. Man, that shit that was taking a lot of time, more than what I wanted to. And I'm like, man, I can't do this every day. And you know, I can't do it every day. And I remember, man, I only made 70 videos the first year I live streamed. I mean, the first year I did videos. I only did 70 videos the whole year. That's not a lot of videos. You know what I'm saying? That's like
you're right about that.
5 or 6 a month. And it was and I remember, man, the first month I probably did about 10 videos. And I was like, damn, it's a lot. And then as the months kept come by, I started doing less and less, and I wasn't consistent. I do one here, one there. And 18, man, I didn't really start really forcing myself to do consistent content until the end of the fall of 2018, where I told myself, look, you're gonna have to schedule this and make this a part of your routine in order to build your platform and get more. You don't have enough videos, and I wasn't getting a lot of subscribers. And so I had one video, man, really two of them, but one video where I talked about um, I think I talked about dealing with anxiety in the Black community. Then I did another video where I was telling people about narcissistic personality disorder, about narcissism. And those two videos hit really well. And I started, doing more stuff. Then, of course, I end up getting into the Umar bullshit. And that really, and then I was listen, I want you to know, Chaos, I was listening to the Manosphere since 16. I didn't really start doing Manosphere content until 2019. So, like, I went 2 years.
Yeah.
I didn't start
content too. That same year in January 2019. That's when I started doing YouTube.
Yeah, like I got interviewed. Like, I was a big supporter of O'Shea, and O'Shea didn't even know he caught some of my content. He's like, man, I didn't even know you did. Why you didn't tell? And I was like, I could have helped you. I was like, man, I just was doing my content. I just didn't think of whatever. And then I started interviewing with him. My channel did grow. He helped me out a lot in 19. He helped me. He did. I was over there a lot. And then I was on the Rumbles and all that other stuff, man. Channel was growing. But then with the growth came beefs and opposition and people acting crazy, But the time it takes, man, it take a lot of time. Interviews, like right now, my coach channel, man, listen, Chaos. I put out one interview. You know how many people I talked to over the last 5 days? I talked to over 15 people over the last 3 weeks. The last week, since last Monday, I talked to like 15 different women. Most of them were from New York, some from California. Then I talked to about 6 African women. Right? We had to reschedule several times. Then you had women talking about wanting to get paid all kind of exuberant amounts of money. And I told them, y'all losing y'all fucking mind. And then you had those that, I actually had some stuff I had to do with my business and I canceled and stuff. But I was only able to do one video out of 15 different women I talked to. Now, there's like 6 or 7 that are going to really work out that I'm probably going to end up interviewing before this week is over with. And that's how it goes, man. You know, I got people. You got people that trying to get these interviews. Everybody that they're gonna ask questions, and they're gonna want to do. Oh, you know what? I did another interview too, but her internet was horrible, and I decided not to even upload that one, and we got to redo it. But man, it's work. You got to call people calling you. Well, I can't do it this time. What about this and stuff? But it's time consuming. Interviews actually are easy to do. It don't require the editing and everything. So that's why it's just getting people, scheduled and they commit to their time and date. That's the biggest thing. So I enjoy doing the coaching content, and it's growing. But what I don't enjoy doing is when you know get on panels and it start beefing and art, because all of the beefs that I've ever had started from me being on a panel for the most part, arguing with people, and I don't enjoy it. I left the Umar Johnson section because of doxing and being on panels, and the fact that I was like a big figure in that sector. I was actually the most popular, to me, probably the most popular YouTuber, because I would get 60, 70, 80, and on a really, really good stream, I get 100. And, I'd get anywhere between 100, 115, which was like not that common in that sector. But man, that shit took a toll on you, man. Battling with people, they want to do this, and they're trying to get popular and all that. And I was like, you know what? I'm gonna go back where I came from. I'm gonna do manosphere adjacent content. Kick it with the people who are in those spaces, but not necessarily in the manosphere, and be cool with it. I'm good with that, man. And so like somebody like Melanie depends on this shit, man. And it's taking a toll on her, Chaos. And she's not the only one. It's other people, man.
Can I be honest with you?
Yeah.
She's a divorcee, and I'm not sure if she getting alimony, which she is, but it probably won't last long depending on what state she resides. That this is a full-time job for her, unfortunately.
I don't think she's getting that much. If her husband trying to sue her for 100 and
no. I think they've gone through their suing process, because that was like a while back. I'm not sure if that's still pending.
Oh, that's done? Okay.
I think that's done.
Okay. Well, she's probably getting that. I don't know how long she's been married, but she's probably getting some alimony and child support.
She said she's been married for a decade.
Okay, yeah, she can get alimony.
She gets something, but really, for her lifestyle, she said it out her mouth on her own channel with the people that when they come up and she asked the men that come to her for questions, she lets them know saying that she got needs, She needs this, that does cost money. And if you're a person that doesn't know how to budget your money, which she doesn't, because as you could tell from the video that Mike has shown, and the money she's stealing from her own kids, regardless how she want to, believe it or not, think it's false. So say that you're not good with money, bitch. Because
a lot of women not good with money. That's not. A lot of women, and to me, most women are not good with money because most women don't want to prioritize what they wants and needs. And the reason why a lot of women call men cheap, and why black men, it ain't that men are so cheap. Men are more likely not to spend money on what they want at the moment. And we understand as men, if shit go wrong, particularly if you're in a marriage or relationship, you are the person they go, man, look, let me say this. All this shit about this femininity and this masculinity shit, and these women talking about they boss this and they do this, let me tell you something. When something goes wrong and they got a man, I don't give a damn how boss they are and how many. They're going to look to you.
Yep.
To resolve this problem. And see,
Bingo.
People need to be real about this shit, because that's why I don't even entertain these conversations, because obviously these people ain't, if you in any kind of situation, and I'm gonna say this because this can even, me being married for as long as I've been married, man, look, my wife, she's not bad with money. She do shop at fucking Amazon too much for my taste, but she do that because she knows she can fucking afford it, and we live a very, very comfortable, very upscale lifestyle. But we didn't start off like that, okay?
Mm-hmm.
We've always lived since once I finished school and start working in my industry. We were pretty much middle class, middle class. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Now, once I went into business for myself, that changed back in '08. Okay. But, and really, to be honest with you, when we first was together, she was not a materialistic person.
Okay.
And not until we start making money and you start having excess shit, and you start wanting to spend, and then I had a little bit to do with that, because I was buying her all kind of shit too. So because I was just doing that because she helped me a lot, in that process. Like people like this stuff that these people like, say for instance, I'm giving an example, man. Look, when I was in school and I was working and stuff, like some of them times, man, my wife, I would have the paper. I would have my wife. She wasn't writing the papers, but she was proofreading the shit when I, like, say if I had like a nothing but research articles I had to man in grad school was all I was doing was reading research. That's why I was telling these Negroes, y'all can't tell me nothing about research. That's all I was trained to do, was read research. And so I never forget. It was one class, man. We had to read. We had to do a research um, summary every abstract every goddamn week, and it had to be one page. Now, some of the times I get overwhelmed, and I'll be like, "Hey, look, I got my document. Could you please spell check my documents, organize and print it out, so I can, when I get home, I can start and do other stuff and don't have to spend 20-30 minutes doing it." Remember, my wife used to do that stuff, or she'll organize this, or look up some stuff that I need to, for me. And it wasn't a lot heavy stuff, but it was stuff that it saved me an hour, 30, 45 minutes, so that I wouldn't have to do this other extra shit. And and so, I had a wife that helped me, and because she invested herself in time, and me and I invested in her. And so, in her doing that, she was in her femininity, per se, without you having to say that shit. I didn't have to, give directive orders. You need to do. No, she volunteered to do shit, wanted to help me, understand that if I improve, we improve.
Yeah.
Like, it wasn't this shit where you got to be domineering for a woman to submit to you and all that kind of shit. A lot of women will do that. They just don't like hearing that word. Women really don't like hearing that word, submission. But they'll do that shit if they know you worth the damn. They don't care. They know if they got somebody worth it. They will easily do that shit without even thinking about it. You ain't gotta make it a topic of conversation, per se. But a person like Melanie is a person who was probably, like she said. She said a lot of people in the church hurt her, but see, what she won't say is who she hurt in the church. See, Melanie is a person who comes off highly superficial. Have a holier than thou attitude. The way she talk about women in the community, but she won't talk about herself. She trying to, as a preacher's wife, you have to uphold to a certain image in public, and that shit took a toll. And that's probably why they got a divorce. And she probably didn't want to live like that. Just like that other chick that remember she was married to a preacher, and he got on about how she dressed. Damn, what's her name, man? She real fine. People were saying she lightened her skin or whatever. Damn, that lady name, but you know that
She married to a
Melanie.
preacher. She married to a preacher as well.
Not yet, but they got end up getting a divorce. He divorced her because he didn't like how she was
Oh,
dressed.
you ain't talking about Megan Good?
Yeah, Megan Good. Yeah, same shit.
Right now, the word on the street, she's not doing fair out here well out here in the streets, bro.
I know. I bet she not, cause she ain't getting no shit. She not faring out because she ain't getting any new roles. Megan Good ain't never really had a lot of
See,
great
you talking
roles.
about the TV show she was on that canceled?
What TV show she was on?
She was on the one that I forgot called Harlem.
Harlem.
Yeah.
Megan Good wasn't in The Godfather of Harlem. She wasn't in that movie.
Not Godfather. It's like another TV show. I forgot him. I'm not gonna look up,
but Megan Good never really was hot like that in movies and stuff. She had little roles and did little stuff here and there, but she never really had no major roles on really
she
pop.
did play in Shazam, which didn't fare that well.
Really, Shazam? No, that shit is. Yeah. Come on, man. I mean, she had her little moments and little co-starring and supporting cast and stuff like that. But she never made a lot of money. I mean, she may have made a little change, but she ain't never really make it like that in Hollywood. She did little stuff here and there, and it was sporadic and stuff like that. But she was a preacher's wife, and you have to hold to a certain image, and part of that is that you can't be dressing sexually like that. You got to be conservative. Yeah. And for a woman, if you ain't got that type of mindset, you ain't gonna make it. You want to wear tight shits, and look, I ain't got no problem with it. But if you can't do that, the shit you just can't do. You know what you signed up for. But she wanted to do what she wanted to do, and then he left her ass.
Yeah, and not only that, she's not willing to give him children. That's what really broke the camel's back.
Oh, she didn't want to have children because she didn't want to lose her shape.
Well, and here's the funny thing: if that was the giver, and let's be honest, I think communication should be the number one thing, especially going into if you're going to go as far as marriage. And I think it needs to be more transparent now in modern times, since we're dealing with modern people, modern man, modern woman. You're going to have to be upfront and be transparent what you really want, what the outcome you want out of this. Because now going in blind, and then to come find out, she didn't want to have kids because she didn't want to lose shape, and then you keep playing and prolong for years after years. Afterwards, I say, well, damn, I married this woman. She's not even carrying no legacy with me. She's already still doing these roles. She still want to be scanty class. It's time to do this center walking papers.
And so they say she not, because she ain't really got it like that. So, I mean,
even to the point she freezes her eggs now. And I'm saying, why you freezing eggs? You don't want to fuck. Oh, I get it. You wait until you really, really are no useful out here to not having a baby.
This shit is so unnatural, man.
Very unnatural.
And see, this the thing, man. I'm gonna say this, Chaos. I don't want to go off to another topic, man. This society, this American society, is eroding, and people don't understand that we are on the downside of American superiority. They don't even realize it. Yeah. All this shit that they doing, all this nonsense. And see, what when you're on the top, what you don't realize is that other people are going to always improve. You're going to get to a certain height, then you're going to decline. And America is on the decline, man. And these other
Fast.
These other nations are not doing this dumbass shit that this country is doing. And they are staying the guns with whatever, like say America will go with whatever works to make money or be profitable, even if it means the society gonna go down or whatever. And so they're at a point now where they're allowing all kinds of shit, all these strange ass laws. People do this and people do that, and they're not looking long term. And so when you got people like China is getting ready to surpass, which really be honest with you, China is just as equal as it, but they don't want to say that. But the United States knows that. That China is going to be the most powerful country in this world. Um, when that happens, it's also going to affect other countries. You got African countries that don't even want to use the American dollar anymore as a standard currency. That's going to lower the value. So the dollar is already
Trash.
inflated, and then it ain't gonna be worth shit if less countries don't, decide not to use it as a security blanket for their country as far as currency. And you got all this shit going on. These people doing all this crazy shit that goes against nature, is illogical, and it has a long term effect. Then you gotta look at all the racism that's gonna catch up, and you producing people who think like this, man, that don't look at things from a long term perspective. They're looking at what works right now. They're not looking at how this is going to affect things 50 years from now, 20, 30, 40 years from now. And what kind of society is going to look at the shit that we doing now, and they're going to be like, damn, what, how did we evolve into this? And so, I mean, it's going to be just a decline in shit, man. We're not structuring things to create healthy people. It's a struggle, man. It shouldn't be that hard to create families. It shouldn't be that hard to stay married. Shouldn't be that hard to take care of children. Man, the most expensive part of raising kids is the first 3 to 4 years, man. Pampers and all that. Infamil is an arm and a fucking leg to buy. All the shit. The shots. That shit is, man. It's expensive. Daycare. It should not be expensive to raise children.
I believe you.
And it is, and it's very expensive. And that's why people not having them. And so you keep having a decline. You have less and less people. You're trying to get these people from other countries to come in and work for cheap. And before you know it, you have this society that's not reflective of what you racially what you wanted and value system wise. And so, I mean, this is what it is, man. And so you got people like Melanie, you got people that's online, people in politics. They got these mindsets. People, so everybody getting nobody likes the way they look. Everybody got to get a BBL. You got to get this. You got to get that. And you have a mindset of people that don't like their natural self because somebody else says something else looks good. That means I need to go. They're like, no one has the mind to say, forget what everybody else thinks. It's about what I think. People like they want to go with the crowd. There's no leaders for people following shit. So I mean, it is what it is, man. I mean, I wish her the best, Chaos. I want her to be successful. But when you make this your number one source of income, your only source of income, right?
Yeah.
You basically gotta wake up YouTube and go to bed YouTube. And this is not a sustainable. It's not sustainable. Very few YouTubers, man, make millions of dollars a year for years and years and years. You know what I'm saying? And that's how people should look at this platform. It's a good supplement to whatever you're doing. Like if you making $60,000, $70,000 a year and you making another 50, 60 on YouTube or more, That's great, but don't quit your foundation to do YouTube full time.
I agree.
Because what they're not looking at is when YouTube demonetize your channel, or they don't
Yeah.
send the ads, or they don't do the notifications. You trying to find more content. You still have that career that you have that you
Yeah.
can still maintain, and that's your safety net. Um, so you lose that when you go full time. The only people that should be going full time are those that's making millions of fucking dollars a year. If you ain't making millions
Well, that's not possible, because most content creators are overall, if this is their basis, only person that will get away, you have to start and build it as it flies, like Kevin did. And see, Kevin was able, and think about it, he had things outside of YouTube. Now, with the channel itself and the notoriety that when he started Propel back in the summertime of 2020, even to the point before he even got to average at best, he was already perpetuating, because he hit 100K subscribers. Around the time he was making like over six figures, way over six figures. You get me?
Yeah.
And before the end of that year, going on 2021, just as he peaked around, or as he started to really catapult even further, that's when he started became a millionaire around 2021. You get me?
Yeah. Right.
So remember, and mind you, that was just only a process of over a year. You get me?
Yeah. Yeah. Like I'm gonna say it. Now I know I said a million, but realistically speaking, from my opinion, you know, you got to be making several. I know I said a million, but really, in all actuality, if you're making several $100,000 a year, where you have a team around you, and you are using that money for other streams of income, okay? And when I say other streams of income, what I'm stating is, you are on other platforms where you're making money because of those other platforms, right? You investing in stuff. You're doing other things where you're not just dependent on YouTube to make money. I could see that, but it's only a small number of YouTubers making over 100,000, so several 100,000 a year. Not many are doing that, and so then you got people who are making like $6,000-7,000 a year a month on YouTube, and they quit their job to do YouTube. And I'm like, you motherfuckers crazy.
Not me.
Seriously,
You got your
man.
goddamn mind.
Man, listen.
What? Man, that's
I know. I have seen several people that ain't even got 50,000 subscribers. That they got a consistent flow of income. They got a nice little chunk of change they making, and they quit their job to do YouTube.
Yeah, man, I would not approve that.
Personally, you making less, especially if you making less than 10K a month, and then you got people who can't work in the marketplace or make a serious living, where this is their only thing, because they can't find a job nowhere else, so they have to use YouTube is the way to pay the rent. And so those motherfuckers are the most dangerous ones, because they willing to do any. When you in a scarcity mindset and survival, man, you willing to do any crazy shit or whatever, compromise your values for YouTube, because this is the only way to make a dollar. They the most dangerous, and those that know they can't find a job making enough money, and so they have to. This is like, if I don't make $300 a day, I'm losing. Those people will do any and everything, and to me, it's about the mindset that you take. And I think for her, I'm just keep reverting back to her because she's the topic.
Yeah,
she doing this shit full time. She making a good amount of money. She got like what, over 100, 200,000 subscribers.
Yeah, she has like a good heavy chunk of subscribers. I'm not
Yeah,
going
she
to.
got over 200 subscribers, so she probably making about. I say she's probably making about 20 to 25 a month, maybe. I don't know. I don't know what her her super chats and stuff is. She may be tapping out around 20 a month, maybe somewhere around, maybe a little less.
Don't forget
But
the Patreon, the consultations,
yeah,
Patreon.
yeah. That's what I'm saying. If you look at everything total, Patreon and consultations, because people are paying for her
She
services.
probably making over 6 figures a year.
Yeah, she making over 6 figures, and but she live a lifestyle. Like she said, she got bills. When she talking about the bills she talking about, it ain't like internet, phone, cable, mortgage. That ain't what she talking about. You wanna know what she talking about? Going to goddamn Chanel bag, red bottoms.
Yes.
That's what she talking about.
Cosmetic surgery.
Yes, that too. All of that shit. That's the upkeep of her clothing and her wants, needs, traveling. The kids probably got private schools that they can't afford. That kind of shit.
Now, see, this is something that people aren't looking at, and I predicted this as a future. Now, watch. And I want everybody to watch what happened when these folk that are YouTube reliant, when they take sick.
Oh.
Watch what happened.
Oh.
They mess around and take sick.
They done.
That's it. It ain't nothing happening.
Yeah.
And I tell these different people on YouTube, because I've been around, like I go live stream, this and that, and trust and believe. I'm gonna let you all know up front. Y'all don't know me from a can of paint. Trust me, I'm one of the most disliked people on live streams on YouTube. It's people that pay people to kick me off a stream. Okay.
Oh wow.
Oh yeah, I built that kind of reputation.
Fight Club.
Because see, the truth is not always kind. And if I can't give you the truth, I'm not going to give you anything else. So they don't like the truth when the truth don't put them in a good light. You see what I'm saying?
Okay.
So they talk all the talk they talk. And I be like, look, you've been streaming, doing live streams, trying to get cash apps and whatever else form of revenue coming in. And you've been on here doggone 8-10 hours. You know, why don't you work a job and you got that guaranteed money at the end of the week? No, you on that Frank Sinatra. I did it my way. You want it your way. You like this. I don't know how old you gentlemen are, but they had this movie that came out called Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory in 1971.
Yeah,
they kept playing on TV. They play on TV. Yeah, I know.
Yeah, Faruka. But Daddy, I want it now. That's their mindset. See?
Yeah.
And I just sit there and be like, all right, y'all say what y'all. Well, no. Well, you ain't doing this. You ain't doing. I'm like, I don't have to do anything else. I got a real nice pension coming in. You know, I got a nice, humble little house and a humble little garden I'm growing to give me stuff to do, and humble little Mercedes Benz in the garage. Okay.
Okay.
I'm good.
Okay.
I'm not one of them people fronting like, oh, I'm getting all this money. I'm doing this. I'm doing that. No, I'm not. I worked for mine, and now I am reaping the benefits of my work. This YouTube thing is for entertainment purposes only.
It's just only a hobby. Just if it makes something that's good, if not, oh well. You know what I'm saying? Just to occupy your time. You know what I'm saying?
That's it. Utilize YouTube to make money off YouTube to offset the inflation. That's the key. I tell people, do what you do on YouTube and try to earn what you can earn off YouTube so it will offset the inflation. See?
Okay.
So when you go to the store to buy, you want to fry you some wings, and you gonna go get you 2.5 pounds of wings, and it's $17. Okay, if you made $10 on YouTube, really you only paying $7 for the wings. You gonna see, so you can feed yourself.
See how simple that was?
See,
Yeah, but that ain't
that's
what
what
they doing. That ain't what they doing with that money. They going to the mall and they going buy them Air Force.
I know. Like the little money I make here and there, you know, and I can show you better than tell you. Although I know it's chilly out here, but I'm gonna go outside anyway.
Yeah, just keep it short, Mr. Roy, because I've been here for hours now, and I gonna soon have to.
Oh, okay. I'm gonna. It ain't that bad out here. Yeah. With my little extra YouTube money, this what I got going on right here, right?
All right, let's see. I'm put you on
this. Wait, I gotta hit my other security light. So I got. There we go. Let there be light. Man, I'm growing my doggone cabbages and tomatoes and you know what I'm saying, my strawberries and all that. Man, I got a little garden thing going on just right here.
Okay.
That ain't what I done planted in the yard. You know what I'm saying? I got corn and stuff back there. But this is what I'm doing. This, you know, I'm getting something out of this that, you know, I can go cook and do my little you dig right here with nature, which offsets inflation. I try to explain that. Stop being a consumer and just consuming and start producing something for yourself. Produce something. See what they say? Give me a fish, you feed me for a day. Teach me to fish, you'll feed me for a lifetime.
Fact.
Yeah. So that's all I wanted to say. You know, like I said, I've never been over here before. I happened to see y'all live. I said, well, let me chime in. I just like to pass on that knowledge. Produce something. I mean, something. It don't have to be no great. Everybody want to be Elon Musk. You ain't got to do that. Produce something to offset these high prices that's going on. And you'll be all right. The little bit of money you make will go longer as long as you're using a little bit of money to offset the big money. You see what I'm saying?
Okay.
That's all, because I know y'all busy. Y'all doing your thing.
No, I mean it's been long. But thank you, sir. I'm hoping you come back again soon when I have another topic. And you know, if I'm, you know, like I said, I get away with the late night streams. I'm gonna try to do these things early, but not at this time now. But you know how it is. But thank you again.
Okay, well, I'm gonna click subscribe because my page got struck for a 2-week something. Somebody that don't like me.
What was the topic that you talked about?
It wasn't a topic. I was DJing, playing old school music.
Oh, was that copyrighted music?
No, I always did that on my YouTube channel.
Okay.
They ain't never hit it before. I'm playing Mo Bounce to the Ounce, and you know, I'm playing my generation of music. But it was somebody on there that was one of them, and they reported it as fraudulent something. Did
you dispute it?
Yeah, I disputed it. I told him, I said, I didn't ask for no money. I wasn't selling no merchandise. All I was doing was playing music, celebrating that I finally hit a landmark of 10,000 subscribers, and I didn't buy any of my subscribers. They didn't doggone honor it. I was like, okay. But it's cool, though, because I got a whole bunch of doggone 2 to 5 minute videos on a whole other channel that I've been making on a daily basis as things come to my mind. I'm going to download those videos from that channel, and when my current channel is off suspension, I'm gonna upload like 30 videos in one day. You know what I mean?
Oh, wow.
About 30 of them. I'm the same title. You know, what made you think that you so special that whatever the title is or whatever just came to mind? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Okay. That's current. So, you know, because I don't do a lot of, you could look at my channel.
Okay.
I live stream maybe once a month. I may do a talking stream. It'll be 2 hours.
Okay.
If that. Most of the time, all of my live streams are DJ streams. I'll be playing music.
Okay. All right,
Blending.
Leonard, let me cut this short because it's been long enough. But thank you, sir. Thank you. I
All
appreciate
right, hey, you're welcome. I'm gonna subscribe to your channel. I'll catch you cats later.
All right, player. Have a good night.
All right, peace.
Peace. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. All right, Darrell. Any short remarks? Closing remarks?
Hey man, definitely a good live stream. I enjoyed everything. I liked how you kind of organized everything, played the videos, and you pretty much was, set, kind of made the points of her contradictions and stuff. Well done live stream, man. I'm glad I was able to come in and make it.
Okay.
Other than that, man, I want to keep it too long, but I'm gonna be spending some time doing some content during the day. And I got some uploads on my coach channel that I'm going to be releasing in the upcoming days.
Okay.
That's pretty much where I'm at. So look out for that. And again, for anybody that's, check out my Coach D Darrell channel. Also check out D Darrell, the Rebirth Live. Subscribe and share. See you soon, man. Peace.
All right, peace. Thank you, D Darrell. And we'll talk again soon. All right. All right, guys. Thank y'all for tuning in to today's stream. My conclusions to all this. Is she really finished? Personally, as long as you're on YouTube or any other social media platform, anything is possible. YouTube always send you new or potential subscribers, roughly in a range of 30% notifications to new potential subscribers. So, rebranding, which she's gonna probably might do or not, either or she's gonna still be relevant on YouTube or any other social media platform, because let's be honest, thirsty and hoping the possibility of hitting it with Melanie in a more erotic fashion. She's gonna be good. She's gonna be okay. I have nothing else to say on this. I'm tapped out, as you know. But I will say this: for all you new people that is subscribed to the Chaos Rain channel, or will be the future subscribers of Chaos Rain Show, you know the deal. You know the drill. Hit that red button. Hit the top notification bell for uploads and live streams here on the Chaos Rain Show. Also, follow me on Twitter at Chaos Rain 7. Follow me on Facebook, Eric Rain on Facebook. Join and follow me on Rumble. As you scroll up in the chat room and in the description, there is the Rumble link. Please start following me on Rumble. There's not much content now. I will try to throw some video up there or a stream up there. But in the meantime, please, for all those, regardless you like me or not, and as you know, the following I have on here is not strong. And it's getting there. Please make yourself known and follow me on Rumble, because I think I'm going to start doing more raw content over there. So please, the link's in the chat room and the description of this video. And also, join the Discord service of the Chaos Rain Show. I think that's it. Those are all links. Thank you for watching or listening to today's stream. Oh, and please leave a comment at the end of this video if you made this far. I want to hear from you, your thoughts and views on this stream. I'm looking forward to reading it. And that's pretty much it. Other than that, thank you for watching. Until next time, let us read.